Whoo! What is going on? What is up, everyone? Happy 4th of July week. 4th of July is tomorrow. Huh. I'm glad to be back. I am back from a 4-day long vacation in the Bahamas, and this kind of feels a little bit nerve-wracking. I don't know why I feel so nerve-wracking because we've done this or I've done this 100 times before, but no matter how many times you do it, I don't think it ever gets any easier. Now, for those who are new to the channel, let me or allow me to introduce myself. I go by the name HG. Nice to meet you. Welcome to my channel, Homegrown Kicks. We talk about sneakers, fashion, news, and anything else, that pops up in the conversation, man. It just is what it is, man. I like to welcome y'all to the family, man. We have a great support system over here. A few things I want to get out of the way before we get started. I have finally opened up super chats. So at the point whenever we're doing lives and we get a little bit busy and you're putting your messages up there and you want your messages to be seen, heard, and or noticed, we have the super chat option where you can make a donation. Or again, if you want to just support the channel, you are allowed to do that. And that's all thanks to you all. You all helped me reach that 1,000 subscriber goal. We are there, and with that goal, some things are opened up and we're allowed to do those things. So yes, super chats are now open for anybody that wants to make a donation. I appreciate y'all. Another thing, I put a link, well, not a link, but I put my PO box down in the description as well for anybody that has merch or does clothing brands or anything like that. If you want to send something to the channel, I appreciate it. I like to wear different things. I'm a t-shirt connoisseur. This t-shirt I made a while ago, and this has had over 50 washes already because I put this shirt on every chance I get. I make merch myself. So I like to use my platform to kind of put people out there, put their different styles and brands out there. But yes, this is a shirt that I made myself. It's a nod to the Nirvana cover for all of my older folks with Bart Simpson. I like Bart Simpson. So if you have any merch that you would like to send, my PO box is in the description on the channel there as well. I know y'all saw the title of tonight's live. Bruh, it's all your fault. And of course, we're talking about sneaker content. Why is it so boring, and things that we can do to improve what it is we're looking at. We're gonna, peel back some of those layers, uncover some of those things, as well as we're going to talk sneakers as well tonight, because of course this is a sneaker channel. This is why a lot of you all are here. Even though there's not much sneakers going on, we're going to talk about those as well. Before we get heavy into tonight's content or tonight's conversation, I want to put this out there, and I've been going back and forth on whether or not I want to talk about it or not. But a family friend of mine recently went through a tragic event. Their house caught fire, and she's been a friend of the family for over 10 years. Now, I'm not asking for any monetary donations or anything like that, but her grandson was and is living with her, and all of his things caught fire and were destroyed. He is a huge lover of Legos as well as anything educational. He's a smart kid, a straight AB student, and this is just a tragic setback for him and his grandmother, my family friend. So I like to use my platform to help in any way I possibly can. So he wears a size 10 shoe. I'm going to be donating some of my shoes because I wear size 10. But if anybody else has any old pair of shoes that they want to give up or something like that, he wears a size 10. So if you would like to, you can hit me up. I'm gonna like I said, my PO box is in the description if you want to send any used shoes size 10 to the cause, they will be going directly to him. So for anybody, you're not obligated to help or anything like that. Like I said, anything helps. I greatly appreciate just the support you all have given me. So yes, that I just wanted to get out of the way, put that out there, because this is what I built my platform for, to help any and everybody. And this is just one of those opportunities that happen to have popped up that I can use my platform to reach out in the best way I can. So I thank any and everybody who watches this for your moral support. If you don't decide to donate, I thank each and every one of y'all. Now, getting into today's topic, bruh, it's all your fault. Now, we've seen a decline in a lot of things going on as far as the sneaker community, a decline in Nike, and that's one of the biggest things that has been a talk as of late. Nike stock dropped 19% last week while I was on vacation. It dropped 19%, and it's projected to drop even further. And a lot of people have their thoughts, opinions, and ideas on why that is. I have mine as well, and I'm pretty sure you have yours. So we'll talk about that. But we've also seen a lot of complaints from you all. You all are the viewers. You all are the sneaker collectors. We've seen a lot of complaints from you all saying that the content is lackluster, that it is trash. And I have a big idea as to why that is. I have my thoughts and opinions when I heard that. And I mean, we've been hearing it for a while, so it's not like it's anything, new or surprising. We've been hearing it for a while, and as soon as I heard about that, the wheels started turning, as they always do. But before we actually talk about what you think and what I think, let's get into some of these comments that you all have left me. I appreciate y'all, man. Edub1Kicks say, yo, what's up, man? Salutes to you, Edub1Kicks, man. Thank you for coming through tonight. I appreciate you. Everybody who decides to view, whether you are in the chat or whether you are ghost watching, please give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. It's free. It only takes a couple of seconds, but you don't have to. You're not obligated to. And share the live with your friends. Let them know that, we got something good going on here, trying to keep this family growing. At 5K, I'll be doing another giveaway. If y'all know the giveaway from when I hit 1K, it was crazy. Oh, and before I forget, to everybody that won something on the giveaway, I have the crease guards here. Like I said, I just got back from vacation. Those will be shipping out soon to everybody that hit me up in my DMs and let me know you all's information. I still have like one or two people left to get information from. So please hit me up on my Instagram, homegrown_kicks, and get that through to me. It's important for me. I don't know if it's important for you or not, but it's important for me to keep to my word, and that's what we're gonna do. But to everybody else, thank you for supporting me that night. It was crazy. It's gonna happen again at 5K, man. So hey, we trying to get to 5K. I'm gonna do my part, and I appreciate you all for doing yours. But salutes to Edub1Kicks. Now, Yayo Sosa, man, what's good? Yayo, he say, yo, man, what's going on? What's going on? Edub1Kicks with the applause emoji, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Special Teresa, what's going on, Special Teresa, man? Glad to see you here as always. Speaking of Special Teresa, where all my other ladies at, man? I need to see a more response from the female audience, because you all are so undervalued in the sneaker community and other parts of the communities, different communities as well. And don't be afraid to come up here and speak your mind. I have an open platform for everybody. So yeah, all my ladies, man, show up and show out. But to the ladies that have been here and that are here, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Yeah, also said, man, hey, salutes, man. Prayers, a round of applause, all of that. Thank you, Yayo. Thank you. Slim Z say, yo, what's going on, Slim, man? Salute to you, man. Thank you for coming out tonight, man. Showing out and showing up. Slim Z said Nike needs another Grail drop to come back. So, okay. With you mentioning that, and I guess that's going to lead us into, a little bit ahead in the program. But Nike has, quote unquote, a couple of Grails that are supposed to be coming back. One of those Grails, and let me see if I can pull it up for you. Let me see if I can find it. Give me just a second. Okay, we're going to talk about this one. This one is not necessarily the one that I, am high on, so to speak, but it is a Grail that's supposed to be coming back nonetheless. If you all have been keeping up with sneaker content, you all know exactly what I'm talking about. This comes from everybody's favorite shoe leaker, Z Sneakerheads. It is for the Wu-Tang Dunks. Ryan McPherson said, yo, man, what's good, Ryan McPherson? Where you been at, man? I've been trying to hit you up on IG, man. Hit me up on IG. I think, Ryan, was it you that said you didn't have an IG? But if that was, man, we'll figure something out, man. I got a Facebook too. Oh, really quickly, y'all. So I usually multicast. Let me see. No, I don't need that to be big. I need me to be bigger. But I usually multicast on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and anywhere else it will let me broadcast. But I can no longer broadcast on Facebook because at this point now you have to have 100 followers or 100 followers on Facebook, and currently I don't. Let me see if I can pull up my Facebook really quickly. Now my personal profile, I do have 100 followers on Facebook, but my my shoe profile, I don't. So Facebook wants to show notifications, review changes to your page. Okay. Let's see the changes to my page. See page. So hold on, give me just a second, y'all. See, we're gonna stop that screen for a second. Share this screen. Okay, so that is my Facebook page. I'm trying to get it to 100 right now. It looks like we have about 25 followers. So I got 75 followers left to go before I can start broadcasting to Facebook and making the family even larger and bringing this great community that we got going on to Facebook. So if anybody has a Facebook, if you could, please seek me out on Facebook, hit the follow, drop any kind of sneaker content you want on that Facebook page, and let's get it going. I don't want my Facebook page to just be for me, just like my Instagram is for me, my Twitter is for me. Facebook is a lot different. I want the Facebook to be for us, so where you can drop all of your pickups, your wanna cops, your very own collection. Hey, drop it in the on the Facebook profile, and let me see. Let me see if I can copy this link. So I think that's it. I think that's the link right there. G Face, what's good, brother? Man, G Face said, "What's good? Let's get it." Ryan said, "Yeah, I follow you on IG. Haven't used it as much lately." I understand. Facebook has become a dinosaur, almost a forgotten avenue. But Ryan, post all your pickups on my Facebook page, man. Post everything you got. I'm giving everybody the permission to post everything they got on the Facebook. Nothing crazy, But hey, do what you got to do. And if it's not allowing you to post, let me know. I'll open it up for you to post if that's the thing. Because I'm trying to figure out Facebook myself. I'm trying to figure out this new avenue for Facebook. And we're gonna get it going though. We're gonna get it going. So yeah, this Facebook will be my what's that other joint where everybody be on there and they be chatting and acting crazy, and I forget it every single time, and I have to look at my phone. Discord. Facebook will be my Discord because Discord is just I don't think Discord will ever be for me. Maybe, who knows? We'll see. Maybe in the future. I don't know. But yes, that's my Facebook. Please feel free to follow it. But Grails. We were talking about Grails that they're trying to bring back. And one of those Grails or limited releases is the Wu-Tang Dunks. Now, I was on Retro Rick and Maddie Kix's live the other night. I believe it was Monday. And he talked about these. For me, to be honest with y'all, I don't care about these Wu-Tang Dunks. For me, these Wu-Tang Dunks is trash. And it's not trash because it's Wu-Tang. I understand the history, the legendary of Wu-Tang Clan. I get it. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to mess with. You know what I'm saying? I get all of that. But as far as uniqueness and different and things like that, it's it's none of that. When I look at this dunk, I see when I look at this dunk, I see the taxis, the ogres, I see what else? The pollens. I see every black and yellow shoe that is dropped within the last 4 or 5 years. The only reason to me that this Wu-Tang Dunk was special was because it was stupid limited back when it was released, and Wu-Tang was like the biggest thing popping. It's a new time now. And Method Man and Redman, they showed you it's a new time. They did a performance at like Coachella, I think, and nobody gave the type of reaction that Method Man and Redman would have got like 10 years ago. And because of that, Redman said, we'll never do another live performance again. And he wasn't salty about it. He was just saying that was just the realization that his time is past. And I think for this being something that Nike is trying to use to kind of get them out of a quote unquote crisis, because Nike is technically in a crisis right now. I heard somebody use the analogy that if you have $1 and somebody takes a quarter out of your dollar, they've taken a lot. And that's what basically is what happens with Nike stock falling. And this to be an attempt to get them out of a crisis. It's like, yeah, how the mighty have fallen, as they say. Now again, that is no disrespect to the Wu-Tang Clan or nothing like that, but it's just not moving the needle, man. It's like, is this what you have? is, is this what you're trying to show me? And is this like your grand reawakening? If anything, in my opinion, this is more like your last hurrah. This is not helping anybody. So for me, like, I mean, I guess it's cool for the individuals that were really heavy on the Wu-Tang Clan dunks, but for me, I'm good on that. Nappy 29er said, "What up, man? What up, Nappy 29er? Thank you for showing up, man. Showing up and showing out. I greatly appreciate you. Now, just to keep in mind, this live is not going to be super long tonight. I kind of did what I do normally with this live, and I procrastinated because I didn't know if I really wanted to go live because there's not really much to talk about, unless it's on just like the strength of me rambling. But it's not going to be a long live, because I got to eat. I haven't eaten anything yet, so that's another reason. But thank you for showing up. I say all that to say thank you for showing up, man. G Face said, "Bring all the high price grails back. Nike, get y'all stock back up." So bringing all the high price grails back. That is a really. Is it a good idea to bring all the high price grails back? Is it a good idea, or will it hurt Nike in the long run? Because on one hand, what I'm gonna ask y'all, what do y'all think? G-Face says bring all the high price grails back, and Nike get your stock, and it'll help get Nike stock back up. So on one hand, grails are grails for a reason, and there are a lot of things that grails do to the sneaker community in terms of a mindset. So grails were grails because they were limited. Even the worst grails are things that people drool over only for the simple fact that they couldn't get their hands on it. Scarcity brings value, because we've seen that with some of the ugliest releases like Chunky Donkeys. Okay, for all intents and purposes, I don't care how different you really think Chunky Donkeys are, because nowadays Chunky Donkeys aren't that different. For the time frame in which Chunky Donkeys released, they were different. But even on release day, they were super stupid ugly. Now, by today's standards, they are not as ugly because we've seen like uglier releases like the Oscar the Grouch cactus plant flea markets that somehow I was able to get a pair of when I didn't think I was going to be able to get a pair of. Those are ugly. But what made those popular and what made people want those was the fact that they're scarce. And that was the psychological mind game with that. And with that, because they're so scarce, because they're so sought after, rep manufacturers or fake manufacturers decided to make copies of those shoes, which, you know, you have individuals that went after those. And because of that, because they were so scarce, because to the point where rep manufacturers decided to make copies of those hard to get shoes, it hurt Nike's stock. Now, whether we want to admit it or not, it did hurt Nike's stock, but at the time it didn't hurt them. It didn't hurt them terribly because fakes weren't that good. Now in 2024, fakes have gotten to the point where they're so good, a lot of it is indistinguishable. And I got to get my charger for my computer goes dead. I'm sorry, y'all. But they've gotten to the point where they're almost indistinguishable, and they created a whole system around trying to figure out the legitimacy of the shoe or not. So fakes have currently hurt the sneaker market as well, as far as Nike goes. Now, as far as us consumers go, it hasn't really hurt us. Well, yeah, it has. It has. I take that back, y'all. It has hurt us because if we pay for a shoe that we want to be legitimate and we pay these high prices and it turns out to be a fake shoe, we've just not only been lied to, but we spent money on something that we pay for it to be legitimate. Now, on the other hand, we say we want more shoes. We want more shoes. And when Nike feeds into that and gives us more shoes, they sit and they go on sale. And And there are a ton of different factors as to that, and I'll skim over some of them. And because I know one of those factors is because the large amount of shoes that Nike does decide to give us are colorways we don't want, are shoes that like are stupid, and it looks like they reached out the crack of their butts and just said, "Here, take them." I do understand that, but we're allowing these shoes to sit because the more they produce, the more we sit and think about, do we really want them? The Burgundy Fives was a release that was, for all intents and purposes, a grail. Um, the Green Jordan Fives was a release that was, for all intents and purposes, a grail. The Lightnings, the Thunders, releases like that, they were grails, but they sat. Now, again, my first statement goes into play for that. So I do understand, but they were still people's grails. So if they release a lot of the grails and up the stock numbers for those grails, what do you think they're gonna do? Like, how do you think they're going to perform? Yo, like, do you really think they could survive in this market for a re-release? Because I guarantee you, here's one thing I guarantee you. If they release these Wu-Tang Clan dunks and they put enough out there for people to be able to have good amount of access to, do you really think these Wu-Tang dunks are going to fly off the shelves? Because to be honest with you, I do not. I personally don't think that they're going to fly off the shelves. And feel free to agree or disagree on what you think about that. And give me just a second. I gotta pull up another one. I gotta stop sharing that screen though, because I gotta do something else behind the scenes. But I gotta pull up that screen as well. Another grail. Give me just a second. Giganator, man, my bad. I can't believe it. I did not send you that invite, but we're gonna rectify that situation. But another grail. What was the other one? Here we go. Right here. And let me pull it up for y'all. The Undefeated Fours is rumored to be releasing. Now, I've heard people say the Craft Fours are basically the Undefeated Fours. For all intents and purposes, the poor man's Undefeated Fours. Now, we've gotten out of using the terminology poor man's this or poor man's that, and I'm so glad that we've gotten out of that, because that was the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Let's be real. Excuse my language for anybody that's sensitive to the swear words, but that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Poor man's this or poor man's that. Anybody who can afford to pay $190, $200, $225, $210 on a pair of shoes, on any pair of shoes on a weekly basis, is not poor at all. But I get the saying behind it. It was just dumb. Now, like I said, for all intents and purposes, the crafts were basically a modern version or a spin on the Undefeated Fours. Now the Undefeated Fours are rumored to be coming back in 2025. 2025 has a lot of older releases set to be dropping, a lot of regular Nike brand PEs and things like that, because they worked out contracts and things like that with other players and so on and so forth. But Nike 2025 is set to see a lot of older sneaker releases from Jordan and Nike in general. Um, 2025, if they did a general, if they turned this Undefeated 4 into a general release, do you all think that the sneaker community would go crazy for this shoe? Because as it stands, being honest about the situation, what is so special about this Undefeated 4 except for the fact that it was scarce? And while y'all answer that, I'm gonna bring my boy, my brother, my guy, Kari to the stage, man, because it's been a minute, and I know he got stuff he wanted to get off his chest. So we're gonna get him to the stage, see what he thinks about it, and and chat it out. Like, what's going on, man? What's going on? How you doing? I don't know if Kari can hear us. Hold on, we gotta get Kari. Hey, can you hear us? Kari muted itself. But um, like I said, y'all let me know what y'all think about this Undefeated 4. Let's be realistic about it. Yayo Sosa says, I just checked. I follow you already. Yeah, man, I appreciate you, Yayo, for following me on Facebook already, man. E1 Kick said, it's not different or unique. It is what it is, pretty much. And he's talking about the Wu-Tang dunks. And facts. I 100% agree with you on that. Nitro said, hi, and a me personally, only a few shoes made with the black and yellow, a few shoes made with the black and yellow colorway that he likes. And I'm guessing the Wu-Tang dunks ain't one of them. The Wu-Tang dunk highs ain't one of them. And to be honest, dunk highs back in the early 90s, like even the 80s and 90s, dunk highs were nobody's favorite. Dunk highs were trash. And the metal bargain bins that you could find dunks in general were an indication of how much people actually cared about dunks. They were, and to be honest, for those of you who don't know about dunks, dunks are not skate shoes. Dunks are basketball shoes. Dunks were meant to be hooped in. That's why they had to come up with a separate division known as SB in order to cater to the skate community. And Kari, he dropped out for a second. I guess he's having a few technical difficulties. But you know, rest assured, trust and believe he'll be back. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Kari is in the background studio. Kari, let me know if you can hear me, man. Yeah, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Okay, let's see. All right, we good. Okay, what's going on? Yeah, now we can hear. Yeah.
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's good?
What, this man in Miami? What? He
No,
on the other side of the country? You in Africa, Puerto Rico, Spain?
I'm in Phoenix. I'm outside. PHX, baby.
Man, shout out to Phoenix, man. Shout out to anybody who is viewing and listening from Phoenix, man.
Whole
What's
different
going on?
time
How you
zone.
been, man?
Man, I'm living life, man. Whole different time zone right now. On a little vacation, but I had to support my guy. I had to pop in with a chat. I've been super busy. Don't think I forgot y'all. Still love y'all. But, popping in.
Hey, everybody in the chat, spam the chat with Kari, make that content, because we've been waiting on Kari to make some content for forever and a day.
Oh, yeah.
And he
It's
been
cooking.
he been procrastinating, man. Tell him to
Oh,
make a short or something like that with a
I've been
voiceover.
busy. With
Right,
what Kendrick say? Sometimes you gotta pop out and show neighbors. That's the PC
right,
version.
right, 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 right. Oh,
Yeah, I
I'm
just wanted
definitely
to.
feeling what you're talking about, man. I got back from the Bahamas
Congrats.
Friday. So yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to join in on the fun. We watching Nike potentially destroy themselves or rebirth themselves, man. It's a lot of stuff
Yes.
supposed to be coming out, man. And I
Yes.
just I just wanted to be on the ground floor of the conversation, see what y'all felt about it. Not just you, not just the other creators, but the people in the chat. Like, where we at on this? Like, what's happening?
So Edub One Kick said this is the beginning of Nike just selling their product themselves and taking it out of Foot Lockers and other retailers. So I mean, they have been alluding to that for a very long time. For the last 5 years, they've been alluding to getting rid of the brick and mortar support.
Yeah, they're
Now
When
for
I worked
me,
there, that strategy was called. It was just being rolled out. They called it DTC or direct to
right,
consumer, where they're cutting out
right,
their partners in a large margin. I mean, you can
right,
slowly see that. Everybody who's been to a Foot Locker recently, you notice they got the Y2K runner section. They even carry like On and Asics in there now, which
right,
those areas were primarily dominated by Nike and Jordan. You notice House of Hoops are getting phased out. You know what I'm
right,
saying? So it's good and bad from the standpoint of variety, um,
right,
but it's bad in the sense that Nike can control their market share for better or for worse. But with the
right.
new leadership of John Donahoe, what he's been doing, man, it shows that the ship that he's steering, what he thought was going to be this one-on-one interaction with his customers through like Nike Retail Factory, Sneakers app, Nike.com, Nike app. It's like he got too much control, and
Right,
the
right,
innovation is
right.
starting to lack. And it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, like without jumping the gun too far ahead, bro. I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm not a hater. I want things to be attainable, but like it seems like there's like damage control releasing all these grills
Yes,
and then it's at
yes,
once,
yes.
all at once. It's kind of
Yeah, yeah.
pathetic a little bit.
Yes, yes, yes. Like I said, this feels instead of Nike's grand we instead of Nike's grand reawakening, it feels like Nike's last hurrah in terms of like what they've been doing before with Jordan Brand and some of their basketball collection. Now, with Edub's comment, this feels like it can go one of two ways, and I'm leaning more towards the other way. But it looks like it could go one of two ways, which it can be really helpful to Nike and be one of the best moves they've made, because we know one of the biggest problems that Nike has with brick and mortar stores is um these individual employees backdooring their shoes and creating a huge ruckus for their consumers. Or they can alienate themselves so much to the point where they're creating a larger door and or opening for their competitors, and basically eliminating the stranglehold that they've had on the market for almost what, like 50 years or something like that. Like,
Decades on decades on decades.
right, because we've already seen it with Nike failing to appeal to the running market and basically diving headfirst into Jordan Brand and basketball. Well, they haven't even dove into really basketball like that. They're starting to try to now, but it might be too late. But with them diving full force and putting all their eggs into one basket with Jordan Brand, they forgot about what really made Nike Nike, which was their running division. And I watched a video recently, and if I can find it, I'll pull it up and show it to y'all. But I watched a video where a woman talked about the 19% stock loss in Nike and why she thinks that is. And she said because they failed to appeal to the running market, and she's a runner herself. um I've heard somebody else say that they opened the door for they basically left the door or opened the door too wide for other brands like Asics and Saucony and other divisions like that to really shine and show what they can bring to the table, because we know Saucony, Asics, they come with the materials. And not only do they come with the materials, but I mean, they don't have much of a star-studded punch when it comes to collaborations. But
That's a
even
that's a small market. Like that's for people like us.
right,
That's the niche.
right,
Like when
right,
you think about the sport of running, and you think about technical running, like Nike was never, at least in recently years, since I've been, finger to the post with the brand,
right,
they were never the go-to for the technical runner, the marathon runner, the
right, right,
professional runner, unless it was on
right.
a big stage like the Olympics. And a lot of the time, those people are supporting Nike because Nike supporting
Hmm.
them. They're sponsored. Like if you go to a run club, you go to a Pacers or something like that, man, they're wearing Brooks, they're wearing Hoka, they're wearing
Right.
96. On is coming and making a big push. So it's like when you think about the heritage models that Nike broke ground with in the 80s and 90s, man, that's no one's running in Air Max. Like, and the stuff that people are running with Nike, like the Vaporfly and the Pegasus, like that really don't matter to people in our space. Like you were saying though, when it comes to like what these other companies are offering, like we got to remember like the stuff that we care about, like these Wu-Tang Dunks, these undefeated fours. Even if we all get hype and buy and sell out, their end of the year margin is not going to be based off of that.
Right.
Like
Right.
their stock interests are dipping. The lady was partially right because I know a lot of people think, man, ain't nobody tripping off these running shoes. But because Nike is known as a running company, and other companies are getting a foothold on them in that area, the people who buy the stocks, the people who believe in the brand, they're crestfallen. They're like, oh, they not hitting in the space that they normally hit. And then you got people like us who are going into these stores and seeing these things that were previously selling out instantly sitting. That's causing us to
Right.
be a little bit more cautious. And then they was
Right.
trying to
Right.
course correct from the pandemic, making
Right.
quadruple, double, triple the product numbers they was making. All those culminated together to like contribute to that drop. So it's a lot. I don't think, this last ditch effort of releasing these grills, I think it will make a difference. It's always going to depend on how they release them. If they make them to the numbers that they're making them now, it don't matter how much of a grill it is, especially
Right.
considering the amount of time that it's been since Undefeated Fours dropped. If the Undefeated Fours dropped in the same number of like Craft Fours, bro, it's not going to be the same effect. And they just going to tarnish
Right.
a
Right.
grill.
Right.
Like if
Right.
the Wu-Tang Dunks come out in Brazil dunk numbers, they going to ruin a
Right.
grill.
And that is what I am seeing in sneakerhead social media space. A lot of people are displeased with the possibility of these two sneakers being released in mass numbers. Now, I'm going to tell you, for me, the Wu-Tang Dunks, the undefeated fours, things that were or are currently, because they still are grails, because they're so unattainable. Like, I completely forgot about them. Those two shoes are examples of shoes that like completely are wiped from my memory banks unless somebody brings these shoes up.
Yeah, because
So
they just out of that realm of
like
possibility.
that just that hurts the shoe within itself. If they decide to re-release it, and then I think it hurts for better or for worse, because to be honest, this right here, the feeling that you, I, and anybody else who participates in this space are going through with these shoes is a monster that Nike created on their own. Um, and from a collector standpoint, I would like to have, even though I say I don't care, I would like to have a pair of undefeated fours. Because it's a pair of green fours with a cage on it. That's what stopped me from buying the craft fours. The craft fours
They
don't
didn't
have a
have a
cage
cage.
on it. Let me repeat that for y'all. I hate when I see a good Jordan 4 without a cage on it. It just does not seem right to me. It takes a shoe that resonates with me and just flatlines it. I.e. the FIBA fours, i.e. the Craft fours, i.e. the Paris Gray fours. All of those, is with the exception of the FIBA fours, are because the FIBA fours are fairly decent. They are fairly decent, but the last two aforementioned shoes are really good Jordan fours, but it's something about the lack of a cage that throws me off. So if they release these undefeated fours, I would like to have a pair. But at what price? What price am I willing to pay for these? Because price also plays a factor in whether or not we are going to buy shoes or not. Um, and I can guarantee you, mark my words, screenshot this, screen record it, do whatever you do, to put me on record and hold me accountable, because y'all are good for that, man. And I appreciate y'all for that. I guarantee you, if they drop these undefeated fours in GR numbers, what happened to the Thunder and Lightnings are going to happen to these fours. These undefeated fours will be disrespected, and I'm not talking about just a general disrespect. I'm talking about a backhand, you don't matter, Ike and Tina kind of disrespect. I guarantee you. Put me down for it. Put me down for it. But JVL said, just tapping in. What's happening, chat? Salute, homegrown, man. What's good, JVL, man? Glad to see you here as always, man. Salutes to you. Thank you for participating in the Soul Connection on this beautiful 4th of July week or weekend, however you want to see it. 4th of July is tomorrow.
I got a question for you before you get back into the chat.
Yeah.
Now, you was talking about stock numbers and price point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is just speculation. No inside information here, but we saw with the Lightnings, for example, the Lightning 17s. Now, initially, that was looked to be, that's a nice little bring back. If they hit outlets like the other 17s do, I'll cop on XYZ.
Right.
Then their release strategy caused people to be lining up, ready to fight.
Right. Excellent marketing.
Excellent marketing, paying $600-$700 on the aftermarket. Do you think if Jordan Brand has their fingers to the pulse and seeing how these other releases that were in wider numbers were dropped, they copied the same form that they did with the Lightning? It's like, imagine these undefeated fours being at a $280 price point. And they only available at neighborhood stores in the same quantity as Lightnings. I'm talking stores getting 15 pair a store. There's no sneakers drop. And the only physical location that's going to have them is, of course, undefeated. Do you think that could be the way Jordan Brand could be looking?
Hold on. I'm gonna let y'all see my face when he said 280. I mean, it's a gross exaggeration, but I understand what he's saying. But hey, yo, 280. So, like, if they follow, and chat first, y'all let me know what y'all think. What the feeling would be for these undefeated fours if they decide to go with the Lightning 17 strategy on these undefeated fours, meaning they make them only available to certain tier 0 boutiques in certain areas, and they raise the price of the shoe. Because here's a little bit of a secret. Come towards the end of 2024 into 2025, for certain releases, they are raising the price $10. You heard it here. So be expecting a $10 increase for certain releases. I'm just saying. So if they raise the price and they limit the release to tier 0 stores like they did the Jordan 17 Lightnings, do you think it will have as much as a diminished impact if they make this a general release, or we'll just say they'll make it a limited general release? Limited general release being that it's only available at certain stores, whether it's just solely Foot Locker and solely here, versus being widespread. If they forego that, make it just tier 0 stores and raise the price, will it still have somewhat of an excitement level to it? And would it avoid the thought process of tarnishing a sneaker grail? If that makes any sense. I mean, Kari did excellent at explaining it. I'm just giving a what is it? a scrambled, I guess, thought process to it, or over explanation of what you think about it. But from my perspective, an ADD perspective, that's what I was looking for. But from my perspective, if they did it like they did the Lightning 17s, I still believe people would have a problem with it. I still think that people would feel the way that they feel now, and say that they are tarnishing the sneaker grail thought process to it. But I think it would create enough of a hype to where people would get over it. I honestly think it would create enough hype to where people would get over it, because individuals, ourselves in the sneaker community, are fickle. We get over things pretty quickly. Um, we allow crazy things to happen, and we show a lot of outrage when those things happen, but let them drop another shoe that takes our mind off of it, and we're on to the next. It's almost as if the outrage never happened. So I you know, that's it's almost too predictable, but at the same time, I mean, you know, it can be unpredictable. Um, from what I've noticed in small little minute corners of the sneaker YouTube space, we're starting to see a change, and we're starting to see a change for the better, and it's bringing a smile to my face, and I'm hopefully the change will grow bigger, and we're going to talk about that. That is the purpose for the title of tonight's live stream. Hopefully we're going to talk about that a little bit more, and dive a little bit deeper into that. But let's see. Edub one kick said the Craft fours look nothing like those, and I agree. I hate the poor man's terminology. It's so stupid. Um, Edub also said if they release these grails in a GR factor, it won't be special anymore if it gets released like that. And I think that's what a lot of people feel. But like I said, do you really like this shoe as it stands, or do you like the fact that it was hard to put your hands on? Because what's so special about this shoe? What's really special about this shoe? If they, let's say, okay, let's play devil's advocate for quite a for just a second. And I know we've been on this shoe for a lengthy period of time, but this is good. This is good, because this can be applied to any other limited release, or any release that we pay high resale prices for. So again, let's play devil's advocate. Let's take the fact that it says undefeated off of there. And I don't want to disrespect undefeated or anything like that, but for me, I'm just saying, for me in general, undefeated is not anything special, because I don't know the extensive history behind undefeated. And that mindset goes for a lot of sneaker collectors, a lot of sneaker enthusiasts. They don't know the long history behind a lot of these brands, especially a lot of new people coming in. So let's take undefeated off of there. If they released this shoe as it stands, a green and black shoe with a removable tongue patch. Let's say it doesn't say Nike. I mean, let's just say it doesn't say undefeated under the tongue patch. It says Nike under the tongue patch. Do you really like this shoe that much to where you're willing to pay absorbent resale prices for it?
I've got 2 points to contribute to the question you just asked. The first one, and it's poetic. We're gonna look at the other shoe that's causing a lot of controversy about it coming back out. The Wu-Tang Dunk,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Back to the Wu-Tang, y'all. Back to the Wu-Tang.
And it coincides with this. It's not random. You said if it didn't have the undefeated Brandon, would you still cop the shoe? Would you like the shoe? You could argue yes, because I look at the Wu-Tang. At the end of the day, the Wu-Tang is an Iowa dunk with a W on the heel.
Right.
And a lot of people went out and copped Iowa dunks because they liked the way they looked. Some people, of course, liked them because, hey, man, these poor man Wu-Tangs, whatever they want to say.
Right.
But
Okay.
when the Iowas or the Goldenrods came out in subsequent years later on,
Right.
man, a lot of kids didn't know who Wu-Tang was, or
Exactly.
there was a Wu-Tang dunk, and it still sold well. Now, to bring it back to these, let's look at another Jordan that's pretty much on the money as far as colorway. The Flight Jacket Jordan 6 Retro. You remember those?
Absolutely. I wanted a pair of those when they first dropped. I wanted a pair of those.
Right. Now, let me ask you this.
But when they first dropped, also,
did you want a pair of those
trash?
But did you want a pair of those because they look like undefeated, or did you think it was a solid ammo green, dark green, whatever, green forest green with some orange hits on it, and it was a silhouette that you liked?
Okay, so for me,
when that came out, a lot of people were saying, "Oh, these is basically my version of the undefeated 4s in the form of a 6.
Okay.
I like the 6 better." But a lot of people, especially my age group and younger, I kind of remember the undefeated 4s, and plus I'm a sneakerhead. I'm in this. But like some of my friends who are more casual and people younger than us was just like, "Oh, this is just a solid looking Jordan 6. So I think to the point I made with the Wu-Tang, the point that you iterated on with liking the 6s, and the point that I was bringing up with the disassociation of the original version, I think people could still legitimately like these and they do well. I think in this current climate that we in, with non-OG and some even OG colorways chilling, especially with the stock numbers, I think without it being undefeated, no. So it all depends when they release.
Because first of all, chat, I want you all to answer Kari's question. When the Flight 6s dropped, if y'all need me to pull up let me see. I'll do this. I'll play because we're playing devil's advocate, and I like this. I like this. A lot of people told me I should have been like a lawyer or either a voiceover actor or a some kind of radio host because I love playing devil's advocate. I like conversating. I like the back and forth. But the Flight Jordan 6s. And the only reason I want you all to answer, only reason I want you all to answer Kari's question is because I legitimately look at myself as different because you can go on any live from any YouTuber that I've been a part of. You can, even my own works, and saying that the aspects of the sneaker community that made you all fans is not necessarily the same things that made me a fan and made me join the sneaker community. So let me see. And a long time ago, y'all expressed your grievances and y'all jumped on me for that. And that's 100% okay with me. Now hold on before I show y'all the picture of these 6s, man. I got another one of my brothers decided to join. Y'all saw him if y'all watched me on my cruise. Let me see if I can let me cancel this real quick. But y'all saw him when y'all saw me on my cruise. If y'all follow me on IG, y'all would have seen that impromptu live. We got vlogging with Demetrius on the stage, man. What's going on, brother, man? How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
What's going on, man?
Not much, man. Not much. Man.
What up, Meech? How you feeling?
I ain't looking rough in these streets, man. Trying to get over this trying to get over this damn COVID.
Oh, damn. I hope you're doing all right, man. I hope you're recovering well, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, we went on the cruise last week, and 4 of us went. Now 3 of us came back with COVID.
I got COVID for the first time. I got COVID for the first time from my folks when they came back from a cruise. So, bro, cruises are petri dishes, bro.
Three came back and one came back to victor. Yeah, boy, y'all already know who it is, man. Your boy HG, man, built like a horse. Yeah,
Built for it
with
tough.
the yeah, but getting back. I'm
But
sorry,
listen,
y'all. But getting back to the topic at hand, man. So for me, the Flight Sixes. I liked the Flight Sixes because at the time when these released, bomber jackets were back in style. And I was like, oh, yo, I love bomber jackets. I know I can find me a dope bomber jacket that I can put this with. And, I can just swag this. I can just bring my flavor to this. Again, like I said, I'm not familiar with Undefeated. I don't know. I don't know any history about Undefeated. The only thing I know about Undefeated is being a part of the sneaker community and just hearing that Undefeated did like releases like the Air Maxes and a few Jordans and
yeah,
I believe Dunks and things like that. So I'm not in tune to Undefeated. So I generally like this not because I thought of Undefeated, but because I like the silhouette.
I'm actually gonna stop by Undefeated while I'm here. It's not too far from where I'm at.
No, that's what's up. You gotta do a live or something like that when you walk into Undefeated or something.
I'm gonna film some content. My boy is real close with the people that work there, so he was like he's gonna
do a live,
make it special.
Also do a vlog of you. That's hey man, free game, man.
I might buy something.
But yeah, so my reasonings for the Flight Sixes are more than likely 9 times out of 10 going to be different than everybody else's reasonings. But speaking back also with what you said about the Wu-Tang Dunks and how people bought the what was it? What are they? The
Iowa Golden Rods, whatever you want to call them.
So the Iowas, initially they released in a small sample size compared to the amount of people that were thinking about Wu-Tang Dunks. They released in a small sample size. But the thing is if you go back and you look at the Iowa Dunks now, you can get them for below retail on the aftermarket.
It's one of the original Be True to Your School Dunks from like the 80s.
Right. Yes. But not many people know that history. The Be True to Yourself Dunks were like what, four or five different colorways, I believe, if I remember correctly. But I want to say that's what people are afraid of with these Wu-Tang Dunks. If you release them in quantities like the Iowa Dunks, are they gonna sit? Like they're gonna sit because they're basically Iowa Dunks with a W on the back of it. And a lot of people who don't know the history of Wu-Tang, they're gonna look at that W on the back and they're gonna say, "Oh, it's a shoe with a W on the back. What is that?"
But like they gotta be like I think back to another hip hop collective related shoe that came out recently. The Rockefeller Air Force One.
Yes, I talked about that on the last live.
Even though they were way more available than the original run of Rockefellers, because Nike still strategically released them. I wasn't able to get a pair, and on the aftermarket they commanded some money. They sold enough where people could touch, but it was still limited enough that they sold out and they did well. Like if they do it like that, or the linens just came back out. Now this time, everybody who wanted a pair got a pair. They're not hitting too bad on the aftermarket. But when Kith did the linen retro previous to this and made it a little more limited, like it did well. It's all going to be, and I hate to contribute to the narrative that, oh, I don't want to wear it if it's a GR, but that's how people think. And they judge the success of a product by how quickly it sells and how it does on StockX. And Nike, at this point, man, I don't give a damn. Nike gotta know that. Nike knows that. Like, as much as they gotta be for StockX and resellers, they know if a shoe not hitting on the aftermarket, the people at large consider it a flop. That's why they did what they did with the 17s. They know damn well people wasn't gonna line up to spend $300 on a GR. They had to make it scarce. Like, and I don't encourage them to do that with these. But if they want to recoup that dip that they have in stocks, if they want to get the goodwill of the hype beast, if they want the culture to be a little bit more exciting, people are sneakers dead? Is Nike boring? How is Adidas hoops killing Nike? If they trying to cease that narrative, Nike people or whoever is watching this, y'all know what y'all gotta do. Like this too is even if all of this stuff is 100% even happening. Because until I see a QR code, a product code, and until I see enhanced sample pictures, the undefeated dunks, it could look the complete opposite of this. Wherever it's green is orange, and wherever it's orange is green. Wu-Tang dunks could have a fuzzy upper to mimic bee's fur. So it's not the same. But man, we don't know until I see something.
Right.
Because the flu game 12s was coming, then they're not coming, then they're coming out again, then there's going to be the leather version, then it's going to be the one with the emblems on it.
Facts.
Look, until we're looking at the sneakers app launch date page, we just talk.
Slim Z said the cageless fours are an abomination. Facts. A four without a cage is like one of the baddest chicks that one of the chicks that you feel like is the baddest without hair. Like
I thought you was about to hit that little Wayne line. You like a girl with no. Y'all know the line.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get my man demonetized from a Millie. If y'all don't know what a Millie is, y'all too young to be watching.
Fiction said Kari is cooking. Straight facts, man. Straight facts.
It's that Arizona heat. It's got me ready, bro.
Nitro said price point makes people cop or drop products, especially in this current economy. Absolutely. Mario said, "What's up, everyone? What's up, Mario? Man, salute to your brother."
Not yet. I mean, I don't want.
Jayville said, "I think they're a good cop for the collection. Just let's see what the price is looking like." And as far as price, Nike gonna bust
these
your head
at least $250. At least $250.
Like Bernie Mac say, if they drop these, man, he gonna bust your head to the white meat show. You know,
we looking at above the retail price of a 4. We gotta have a special box. Like they're gonna justify all of these things. They're gonna use quote premium materials. It's gonna be $250.
Right. So, man, salutes to SB Rami in the building, man. Shout outs to you, man. He said, "What up, everyone? Just got finished watching the new Beverly Hills Cop on Netflix. It brings back the good old days." Now, I ain't old enough. Yeah. It just it dropped like either this week or it dropped sometime like between like Friday and today.
It's so funny that like Eddie Murphy saw Bad Boys and was like, hold up, I gotta get this bread.
Now, I'm not old enough to like have been born when Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2 dropped, but I did catch like the VHS and I did enjoy it as a kid. So I definitely know the vibes, the feelings of Beverly Hills Cop, man. Like
I'm gonna give it a watch. Justify that Netflix price point, because just like Jordan Brand, Netflix going up every month too.
Ooh, yeah, don't remind me, man. These companies it's like
you know how people be like, man, these companies keep going up on these prices. That's why I go to the rep market. Man, Netflix got one more price hike till I dust that Blu-ray player off. Like, I'm about to go to the rep market and start downloading movies off the internet. The way they hit.
Your average sneaker guy said, so what about the Craft Force? It's literally the undefeated 4 without the orange accents. And we talked about it. Average, I don't know.
Slander. He doing cage
Average,
slander.
did I send you did I send you a link? I thought I sent Average a link. Average might be busy, but I don't want to leave anybody out. EW1 Kid said salutes to Average. Average said F the Wu-Tang Clan. And Average mentioned his issues with the Wu-Tang Clan. He said he doesn't like the Wu-Tang Clan because they were beefing with his favorite rap group, Bone Thugs and Harmony. So he takes serious offense to that.
Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna enter for the Wu-Tang just for Average, just to make sure he get a pick.
Oh snap! Salvador Osario with the plethora upon plethora of emojis. I don't even know what them joints is, but they look cool.
I haven't even seen them on mine. I'm on the mobile today. This is new. I don't have the computer. It feels weird.
Let's see. Came aside. A said, "I'm a new sub, but hope you're having a great stream, man.
I, I
Bless
think
you,
I think that's Carne Asada.
Carne
Yeah,
Asada." Yeah,
I like the
yeah. I don't know
steak.
why I saw. I
My
don't know why I
man,
saw
my man
M.
read that in the most gringo
Right.
army.
Well,
He
see,
said,
no. The way I'm looking at it, instead of an R, it looks like a M. That's
"Oh,
why I
okay,
said
oh,
came, and I'm
oh
just
yeah, I could
like,
see it like the R and the N kind of make it M."
yeah. And then when before, right before you said something, I looked back, and that's why I was like, oh yeah, carnate. But then you corrected it
No,
for me.
not
But
not
carne
not
asada,
came, not came. No,
right,
did he?
right. No, did he?
No.
Pause.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. But carne asada, man.
Thanks
I
for joining
appreciate
up,
you
bro.
for being a sub, man. Thank you for joining in on the conversation. Speaking of joining in on the conversation, not average, but vlogging. So, how do you feel about Nike dropping, or supposedly, let's say, supposedly dropping some of these grails? What do you think it's going to do for the sneaker community, and your thoughts and opinions and feelings about the whole ordeal? And as y'all can see, man, my boy vlogging got a sneaker collection behind him.
Yeah,
He
Yeah,
ain't done a video in a minute, but he
yeah,
got
he
the
ain't,
collection to
he
back up
ain't new
his
to this.
right.
yeah.
Hey, but
Bad lighting though.
before
Oh, yeah.
before you bless the chat and the internet in general with your viewpoint, I'm going to switch to watching mode because I'm about to clean up and enjoy some of this
Ah,
Arizona cuisine. But I will be
right,
in the
right.
background. I will be in the chat. Can't wait for the big announcement, bruv. Vlogging, good to see you. Please get well.
I appreciate that, bro.
My boy Average down there, love you, bro. Can't wait to get back on my side and get back to streaming with y'all and creating some content. But in the
Appreciate
meantime,
you, Kari. For
much love to
y'all that
y'all
don't
on the
know,
panel. Much love to everybody in the chat. I'm outie.
man, thank you. God bless you, bro.
Always, man. Good stream, y'all. Good stream.
I
Now,
don't
for
know.
those of you all who don't know Kari, a lot of y'all know Kari. Y'all can follow him on the has have had over on IG. He is currently working on content to bring to YouTube. He's got a lot of insider knowledge from his past experiences. So if y'all follow him over there, he will let you all know when he finally drops some YouTube content. But he needs you all's help in getting him to drop some YouTube content. So please, at some point in time, spam in the comments, drop content real quick for your boy, and hopefully it will push him towards doing that. Now, Average, what do you think about them dropping or supposedly dropping grails for the coming future?
I say I like it, one, because a lot of these grails are out of reach for a lot of sneakerheads, such as the undefeated four. Nobody has 10, 15, $20,000 to throw on a sneaker. So the fact that we be able to get it once again, I like that idea. But also, in a sense, it kind of seemed like a knee-jerk reaction from Jordan to make up for 2024. Because at least to me right now, 2024 don't seem like it's a good year for Jordan Brand. A lot of shoes are sitting in malls and outlets, so you see that they stack in 2025. And if this is coming out as well as the Wu-Tang Dunks, which I hear what you said earlier. I do have the Iowa Dunks in my collection right now, but it's the fact that it's a Wu-Tang Dunk, so of course I'm gonna
Right.
go for a pair.
Now,
Average
I got a cricket machine. I can make the W for you and have you put it on the back of your Iowa Dunks, and it becomes a Wu-Tang dunk.
Nah, those dunks pretty beat, so I need a fresh pair. So if I was able to get the Wu-Tang, that'll be good. But I mean, if it does come out next year, man, Nike gonna have their hands in everybody's pockets. With this release, the Wu-Tang, a bunch of stuff that's rumored to come out, the white cements. Everybody been waiting for those. Hopefully Toros. I heard Toro next year as well. So
Yes,
I
the
don't know.
Toros are rumored to be releasing next year. So do you think it'll hurt the Grail? Okay, one, do you think it will hurt the Grail status? Do you think it will hurt Nike to release those Grail sneakers?
I mean, no, who is it hurting exactly? Resell is not hurting Nike. It's supplying people with a shoe that they know was, out of their grasp for years. That's the reason why I say I like it. It don't hurt nobody but the reseller at the end of the
Okay.
day. That's it.
So we also talked about the drop in Nike stock. What do you think is contributing to the drop in Nike stock? Just to get you caught up.
I would say people are more I'm trying to use, but more kind of tight with their money. Shoes aren't number one factor when your groceries. You can use that same $200 that you put on a pair of Jordans to buy groceries for your household.
Right.
Stuff is expensive, so you have to be selective. And I think Jordan Brand or Nike might have to start realizing that they can't put shoes every week, and stuff is not selling out for them. So, I think that's a contributing factor as well. Everything's just too expensive.
Okay, so that's a good point. And a lot of sneakerheads have been saying that for a while now. Nike should dial back on the frequency in which they release pairs, because the frequency, not only the releases are hurting, because like I like to say, there's no such thing as a terrible shoe. It is just a terrible colorway. You think they should dial back on the frequency, and is it really the frequency in which they are releasing is hurting? Because that's what a lot of people have been saying.
I don't think it's the frequency of which they're releasing, because it's no different than what they were doing years before. Just that, excuse me, like I said, everything, the price of everything has went up. So a lot of people don't have that frivolous money set to the side to pay for sneakers, because what a gallon of milk costed them more this year, and that kind of takes away from wanting to buy a shoe every week or every other week. But at the same time, it's also going to go on sale. That helps you out.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know. I don't care. I got to get my milk regardless. 15,000 in the building. Hit that like button for your boy. Please share the live, and don't forget, if you are new around here, to hit that subscribe button and join the family. We got a bunch of entertaining lives and a bunch of videos on the way. Please feel free as well to give my boy Vlogging with Demetrius a subscribe. Demetrius, if you want to put your link to your channel in the chat, please feel free to do that as well. I'm more on the side of, I feel like the frequency in which they are releasing shoes is hurting them. But I sit back and I think about it, and I'm like, if they reduced the number of releases, not necessarily the stock number of releases, but if they reduce the number of releases, what would we talk about? Like, what would we talk about? And that will also play into the hands of the reason for this live. And I know it's taking a minute to get back to it, but get to it, but we'll talk about that as well. That's just how things work with lives, man. Sometimes it goes as planned, sometimes it goes to the left, but we enjoy it nonetheless. Average said, so we're just gonna forget all the dope sneakers coming out later this year. So will this year actually be a flop?
I say compared to years past, Like I can't remember last time that this many Jordan releases sat at one time
Right.
in a store.
Right.
So
Correct.
I put it in like basketball reference. You know, you down 30 in the fourth quarter, and now you're jacking up three to try to come back. But you know, it's only 3 minutes left. There ain't no much you can do. It's like this the middle of the year, as far as this year, everything sat. The black and
Right.
white. If those black and white Jordan ones were released a couple of years ago, that would have sold
Oh,
out.
absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you on that.
Though if the what was it? Not the mocha, the lattes had their release.
Oh yeah.
The mocha sold
Yeah.
out.
Nike missed a window with that one though.
Yeah.
I will say that. Nike missed a window with that.
It's just timing. It's bad timing. Like I said, everything is going up. Groceries are, you know, people got to make their car notes. They got to pay their rent. You know, people rent went up. So, it just a matter of you know, deciding on what's more important.
Timing and perspective. So for you, it's just a matter of timing and perspective of how you look at it. For me, I'm not gonna say we've forgotten about some of the big releases, but how many actual big releases do we have set forth on the calendar this year? Because per usual, per Nike, they talk about some things and then or they let their minions talk about some things, because I mean that's kind of what we are. We're minions for Nike, because Nike ain't paying us to be their promoter, even though we're doing it. We do it on a regular basis, which is why Nike doesn't have to rely on big branding because of individuals like ourselves in this space. But we haven't forgotten about some of the releases, but a lot of them have kind of faded into the background because Nike hasn't confirmed them or they've been pushed back. Just this year alone, I think we've seen like 3 or 4 major pushbacks or shoes that we had been excited about in the beginning, since the beginning of the year. We've seen a lot of pushbacks. A lot of people are tired of pushbacks to the point where it's become kind of expected to hear. And it's kind of numbed us to the fact of what's supposed to come out and when it's supposed to come out. So it's not that we've forgotten about some of the dope releases. It's just that we have gotten into a mode of let's just wait and see what's going to happen, because we still have the black cement 3s supposedly on the horizon. We haven't got a confirmed date for that. We still got the Columbias, a holiday Jordan release, supposed to be coming out. We still got the Black Toe Jordan 1s that are supposed to come out in November. But again, like I said, and I'll reiterate, the problem is we don't know if those shoes are going to be pushed back, or what the actual look of the shoes are going to be, or what exactly it's going to be. So I think we've gone into a state of let's wait and see hibernation. Like I think we're reserving how we're going to feel about it until an actual factuality type of situation. Giganator said a knee-jerk reaction is a perfect statement by vlogging with Demetrius. Carne Asada, I gotta get it right. He said respectfully, if it was a friends and family release, keep it that way. How does everybody feel about that?
I'm not gonna say that because, you know, if you know want to release the purple Travis Scott 4 next year, I'm not gonna be mad at that. That's my favorite one out of the whole collection of his.
Salute to Kalama 42. Thank you for joining the live stream tonight, man. I appreciate it. Make sure y'all
hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't, man.
Absolutely, factuality.
But yeah, if Nike want to do that, I have no issue whatsoever, because I would love to have that shoe. I just don't have $30,000 sitting in the closet to pay for it.
Right. Giganator said, I need the white cement 4s. I cannot lie. I'm with you on that.
Yeah,
I need a pair of white cement 4s.
I need a fresher pack. You know, they're going to crumble after a while.
Ryan McPherson said, oh, I see you, average. Fair reason. Kyle Kalama 42 said, "I'll keep." It says it will help Nike, of course. Okay. So he's Kalama is on the side of the ideas behind these releases are definitely going to help Nike. Carne Asada said, "I also don't mind if people get to buy their grails." Okay, so no gatekeeping and no hate from Carne Asada, man. We always respect that around here. No gatekeeping. I need a shirt that says "No gatekeeping." I think I'm going to make that. I think that's going to be my next shirt. Speaking of, if I made a shirt that said "No gatekeeping," would you all buy that? Would you all be in on that? Like if I did merch and stuff like that.
You gotta make a poll.
Right. I don't know how to do polls on here. I'll do a poll on my community tab, and then I'll let y'all decide, and I'll go from there. Because it ain't nothing but a couple of clicks, and you know, for me to start making merch. Would you all be interested in merch? But Kalama says that would be a reseller's nightmare. Being that they would release, to your sentiment. The resellers would be down bad, as they say. SB Rami said it'll hurt the person that has a pair on Sotheby's size 7.5 Wu-Tang Dunk for $27,000.
Exactly.
We get a good laugh out of that, and because that is ridiculous. To think that any shoe could go for the price of a vehicle is crazy. And I think the only reason we think it's crazy, because I ain't gonna lie to you, if I had a shoe that was worth a car, I'm putting it on Go StockX anywhere instantly. I'm not holding on to it just to be like, I'm selling it and I'm getting me a car, or I'm investing that money, or I'm putting a good down payment on a house, because those things are more important than a pair of damn shoes. I ain't gonna lie to you. But that's just my thought process. Let me know if you share that same sentiment in the comments. No Hype 85, man. Salutes to you, brother, man. Thanks for tapping in tonight and this Wednesday night Soul Connection. It is Wednesday night, right? Day before 4th of July. This 4th of July weekend celebration. I hope everybody has a good time. But he said, hell no, because they'll sell out. Hey, only time will tell. Carne Asada said, brands reaching out more. People have no money to spend on a $250 pair of Fords. And you know what? Brands used to reach out to content creators such as myself and vlogging all the time. And for whatever reason, they just stopped reaching out. I guess because we were doing the advertising. Like I said, we're doing the advertising for them without any major effort. We're hyping up a shoe or de-hyping a shoe, and they just stopped sending it out to us. I think that's what these brands need to get back to. A lot of these brands need to get back to grassroots and get back to the people that are making them their money, and get back to seeding pairs. And I'm not saying it just because it would be something great for me to get a free pair, but I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, whether a brand gave it to me for free or not. I'm gonna tell you if it's ass in my opinion or not. So y'all don't have anything to worry about. But I mean, they definitely need to get back to that. Touching back with the people that made them who they are. These will keep Nike in the game because they've been coming G-Soft lately. Forgive me for not knowing what G-Soft is. So you're gonna have to elaborate on that. No Hype, you kind of make me feel old, and I ain't even old. Average said the content creator that's pushing the narrative that a sneaker is not good if it doesn't sell out or go for a high resale price. That's another problem. That is another huge problem. And that's part of the reason for tonight's live. And we are an hour and 30 minutes into this live, which is probably longer than I expected it to be. And I appreciate y'all for hanging in there with me. I'm going to touch on that in just a second. I want to get out everybody's comments, thoughts, and opinions before I do. But yes, that is one of those things that's on my mind right now. Carne Asada said also Asics, New Balance, Adidas is dipping into Nike's pockets. They definitely are.
Yeah.
Whether it's Nike's fault or not, and I definitely see it as Nike's fault as to why they have allowed these other companies to kind of take hold of the reins, so to speak. Not necessarily control everything, but at least allow them to put their hands on the reins. Santa Claus ain't never let the elves put their hands on the reins when he's steering his sleigh. So, hey, Nike, stop letting these elves control your sleigh. Get back on your shit and do what you set out to do. The Giganator said also people have to realize that other companies that are seeing a raise in stock were so far behind Nike that it's easier for them to go up as they're giving Nike competition. That's true. Competition for Nike is a great thing because it's subsequently doing what Nike is doing now, forcing them to reevaluate, come better, and come correct. Now, how long it takes Nike to do that is solely up to them. But I enjoy the competition, but I also in competition don't want Nike to be given a half-hearted, half-ass effort. And that again goes into play with the main topic of tonight's live. E1 Kick said, oh, we forgot to mention the massive amounts of profits Nike made during 2019 to 2023. Not that all the pandemic money gone. Now that all the pandemic money is gone, the stock will plummet for a while, but it will balance out.
People had that was the extra money that they had to spend on shoes that they don't have right now.
But you know, even in the pandemic, Nike did see a decline as far as their stock numbers. They didn't see a 19% decline, but they were seeing a steady decline in expenditure. So I don't know how much of a role that the withdrawal of stimulus money is playing as far as Nike stock goes. Because as far as I remember, if I remember correctly, stimulus money was keeping Nike level when it came to a decline in stock. So you make a great point. I just don't know how much of a emphasis it played in terms of, you know, the grand scheme of things. Edub One Kick said raising the prices like they are isn't helping the cause. It definitely isn't. That's one of the biggest flaws. But they are raising the prices because of resale. And Nike has
it's not only that, you know, the price of shipping has gone up. The price of everything has gone up. So in order for Nike to continue to make the profit they were making, then they want to take loss of profit, they're going to charge us for it. And I think goes back to that previous comment. Nike feel like no matter what the price is that we put on these shoes, they're going to buy it. And I think Nike is starting to realize now is that's not the case.
So in previous sneaker content, the conversation has been around, has swarmed around what is Nike doing because they have to do it, and what is Nike doing because they're choosing to do it. Now I don't work at Nike. I've never worked at Nike. One thing that I do know is some things Nike has to raise the price because of the tech that is involved with these releases, the tech and the research and things like that. As far as Jordan Brand goes in general, because that's basically what we focus on a lot of times when it comes to releases, is Jordan Brand. A lot of this tech is already there. There's no new innovation that's gone into it. No major retooling. outside of the Reimagined series, things like that. Beyond the Reimagined series, things have just basically been even keel across the board. And Nike has still continued to raise the prices on their products. They have raised the prices on the products, lowered the quality of their products, and continue to test the market. So it's like, can we really give Nike the benefit of the doubt as far as shipping costs and economy costs and things like that? Can we really cut them that kind of slack and give them that? At what point will we push back and be like, no, 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 no? This is one of those situations where we can't give you understanding because you're actually trying to pull the wool over our eyes and give us hell. The Giganator said Nike is still the big dog by a wide margin. These other brands are taking advantage of Nike's lackluster leadership and lack of direction. And I definitely feel like Nike has a lack of direction going on right now. And it shows, because if you look at Nike's current release calendar, and I thought the First in Flights were supposed to release today, but they're on the Nike Sneakers app calendar for the 10th. So what is that? Next Wednesday? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not interested heavily in that shoe. It is a good shoe, but not necessarily interested in it in from my opinion. But the calendar for Nike has been, in the last 2 weeks, something to be desired. And I understand that's because Nike is going through an identity crisis. And I've also heard that they are trying to get ready to do a lot of things different. Them, as well as a lot of other people, be it Foot Locker with the Flex app. If you go right now and you look at your Flex app, I don't know if you've all got the notifications for it yet, but they have somewhat retooled their Flex app. Sneaker Fetish, I don't know how many of you all are familiar with Sneaker Fetish, but he talked about it on his Instagram, where they spoke on the Flex app before, where you were able to use your points towards different things. But I think now, and I could be wrong, so go to Sneaker Fetish's Instagram, you'll find it there. They have retooled the Flex app in a lot of other ways that have yet to be confirmed or released. But I think now you can use those points towards cash, if I'm not mistaken, in order to build cash. Now, as Sneaker Fetish explained it in his video, the way I look at it is, nobody cares. The Flex app has done so much damage that nobody cares. And what they're planning on doing now does more damage to the individuals that don't have as many points. It's doing more damage than good. But like I said, head over to Sneaker Fetish's Instagram to check that out and see what he's saying about it. And you draw your conclusions, and then come back and leave your thoughts and opinions under this video if you get this far to see it. And I do hope y'all get this far. But the mind from somebody with ADD, the thoughts and opinions of the mind for somebody who has ADD. But No Hype 85 says they have to do a lot of releases to meet their goals, I'm assuming.
I don't know exactly what that said goal is, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, but like, they're doing a lot of supposed retooling and a lot of things to try to help the brand, but I don't know how well it's gonna work. The Giganator said 21 likes, more than the concurrent views. Good looks, fam. Man, I appreciate you for putting that out there. I appreciate everybody for hitting that like button. Don't forget to, like the banner says at the bottom, to hit that subscribe button on your way. If you haven't hit it on your way in, hit it on your way out. And if you already hit it, don't hit it again, man. Keep it subscribed. on the road to 5K. At 5K, I think I'm going to do another giveaway. Hopefully, it's going to be bigger than the 1K giveaway, but the 1K giveaway is going to be hard to top, man. Hey, look. Giganator said HG forgot to mention. You see that Nike also is shutting down the app for their Hyper Adapt tech. I sent you an article via IG. Okay, let me check that out. Oh, can y'all still see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. So I know y'all won't be able to see this. Can y'all see that? I don't know. I'm not going to make any assumptions around here because the internet works strangely around these parts, and especially for me.
Just see the DM.
Man, DM sounds so dirty. So per Kari, this article from the Sneaker News said Nike to retire the Adapt app in August, confirms the end of auto lacing Adapt shoe project. Ooh. Now I did see this, but I didn't read into it. I saw this image. So I guess they're giving up on the Adapt tech. There's another grail that a lot of people would like to see or be able to get their hands on. But that was a shoe that when you all asked for something different, Nike gave you something different, and it wasn't received very well. Now, that might have been a lot of factors. The price point. I know the price point was a thing for me. The fact that the shoes weren't all that appealing to begin with, and some other things, but I kind of saw this coming from the beginning. I kind of saw it in the beginning. I saw the beginning and the end. Call me a prophet, say what you will, but I saw this. How many of you all are surprised that this is happening? And we got another one in the background. Average the sneaker guy. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready to go, because your objective opinion is always welcomed and looked forward to in this space. And you're gonna give everybody what they need, deserve, and then some. Man, what's going on, Average, man? How you feeling, brother? How you feeling?
I'm all right.
Yo, what up, Average?
What up, Long? Just running behind.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. Better late than never, man. We appreciate your presence
Hey,
here
I
and in the after.
I took some meds and I went to sleep.
Average, what you think about the end of the Hyper Adapt? What do you think the problem was, man?
Well,
Number one, what do you think about the Hyper Adapt as a whole?
yeah, I love them, but it just fall back in the category. Y'all always ask for them to do stuff different, and when they do stuff different, y'all don't support them.
Y'all spit on them.
Yeah. So, do y'all really want Nike to be different and give y'all different stuff, or
that's a
do
cool-
y'all just want the same old stuff over and over and over?
Hey, check. Y'all put in the comment section something different. If you want it to be something, if y'all want Nike to give y'all something different, or put same old. Be honest now.
Yeah,
Be honest.
that's what they always ask for, crying for. Nike keep dropping the same stuff. Give us something different. And then when they do, y'all don't go support them.
Right. So I know you've been very vocal in the chat, but talking in person is a little bit different. So what do you think about them releasing pairs of people's what we call grails? What do you think about that? What do you think about that, and what do you think the effect it will have on Nike as a whole, good or bad?
Well,
Because I know you have a different
it
view
ain't gonna
on
have no
Jordan.
effect on Nike anyway. But it's just a matter of if everybody gonna be able to get them. If nobody can get them, it's really not gonna matter.
Right.
So if it's like a Travis Scott, like everybody not gonna be able to get them, so it's really not gonna matter. And Who said that a grail cannot be re-released? It just give
Okay.
other people an opportunity to get
Okay.
that shoe that they want. So it's still gonna be a grail to certain people that wasn't able to get the shoe when it first came. Now they got a second. So with the rumors of the off-whites coming, y'all gonna say the same thing about that when they drop next year? Like those are a lot of folks' grails. So y'all gonna be like, oh, it ain't gonna have the same status.
Right.
Y'all need to stop with that, bro. The only one making a big issue out of these are resellers and whatnot. That's the only people that really making the big issues out of these.
So you're behind the thought process of releasing grails does not change the fact that it's a grail, and it's not going to bother one way or the other.
SB Rummy, a grail with less resale. I don't value my shoes or dictate what a shoe to me by resale. So
okay,
yeah, the resale market do not dictate like this is my grail. This is my personal grail.
Right.
That's not going for $20,000, but that's
right.
my personal grail. So the resale value do not dictate a sneaker to me. I don't move.
Right.
I don't get moved by the resale value. So like I said, if it's that person grail, it's not gonna change the fact that it's that person grail. A grail don't always necessarily mean it got to be $5,000, $20,000. That don't mean that's a grail. Because that might not be a grail to everybody else.
Carne Asada said, I think seeing early looks a whole year before the shoe drops ruins it for the consumer and Nike as well. I kind of
I was gonna say that.
It depends on the shoe.
Wait a minute, let me catch up because like when you were talking about the pushbacks, and you saying like all the stuff that's been pushed back, but why are we getting so excited about 2025 when we know a lot of those gonna get pushed back? So what's the difference?
Correct.
So what's the difference? And then you blog when you go back when I'm gonna speak on when you said the Brits and all that. Every year around this time, no matter even during the popping years, during this dead period, a lot of sneakers sat.
Right.
It sat every year. So you had said, "Oh, black and white Jordans." If they would have dropped back, they would have sat if they came around this time. Just like any other shoe that did around this time. This is that dead market time. Why do you think Nike never released no kind of heat during this dead period? This just a dead period for a lot of stuff.
And then around this time, this is where we had Yeezys to kind of fill that space.
So that's the only difference, that we do not have Yeezys dropping no more. And so without the Yeezy, it just looked like, oh, it did Nike sitting. No, it's because this was the time of Yeezys. This was Yeezy season.
Right.
And whatnot. And to speak on, you said that Nike going up on the profit margin and all that. Well, do y'all have that same feelings with everybody else? Because Nike not the only one going up. Gas going up, food going up. So they got to adapt to the current economy.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, it ain't that Nike doing this on purpose. No. Nike got to keep up with the current economy right now. And whatnot. So we can't say, oh, Nike just doing this on purpose. No, because if that's the case, we got to say that about every single people that's in business that's going up.
Right. And so that's why I asked the question, where is it that Nike is raising prices because of the economy? Where does that stop and where does that end? And then where does Nike just raising the prices just because they are begin? Because we've seen articles and conversations where Nike has said, hold on. We've seen articles and conversations where Nike has said, we have viewed the aftermarket resale value. And if they're willing to pay this much for a shoe, then why can't we raise the prices?
Well, and I've been saying that for the longest. Like, We are the problem.
Right.
So I had
Exactly.
said that for the longest. You can't get mad at Nike if they see y'all going paying $500, $600 for a pair of shoes. Why is you getting mad for Nike wanting to charge y'all for that $250
extra
shoe?
$10, extra
But
$10,
y'all,
extra $5. Right.
somehow it's okay to pay a reseller that, but y'all complaining that the people that actually make the shoe, seeing y'all going paying this outrageous price. So if I'm a business person, and if I see y'all buying my product, what you think that I'm gonna do? And everybody else gonna do the same thing. So it's not just Nike. We got to stop with it's Nike. Nike screwing us. No, we screwing ourselves by going out running and paying $1,000 for these shoes. Because like I said, what make a shoe $500 if the person that made the shoe is not charging it $500?
Right.
So
Something
who
is
get
only as what one person's willing to pay for it.
SB Rami said the collabs are hurting them also. People just want the collabs and leave the GR sitting there. Scale down on the collabs. E-Dub One Kick said the collabs aren't special anymore.
See, that fall back to the content creators and the influencer and the sneaker resellers. They making y'all believe that if it ain't a collab, it's not no good.
It ain't special, right?
Yeah. So when we buying a shoe, are we buying a shoe because of the material or what? Because a lot of times we were like, oh, the shoe not good because it ain't got no material, like the military force. Did y'all just buy that shoe because the influencer told y'all, oh, this is an OG, we got to buy it. But yeah, when y'all got the shoe, y'all were complaining about the material. So did y'all really like that shoe? Or y'all just went and bought it because the content creators were pushing y'all to say this?
Right.
Or the content creator telling y'all that black and white Jordan ain't no good because it's not a collab and whatnot. But that
man,
black
salute
and white
the Soul
Jordan,
Priority, man. Shout out to you.
But that black and white Jordan had some great material on it. So I thought that what we were buying sneakers for. Y'all always asking for the great materials and whatnot. And when they give y'all great materials, y'all say it's a flop because the resellers and the sneaker YouTubers telling y'all that shoe ain't no good and whatnot. So that's the problem. That a lot of these sneakers are actually dope, but and that's why I always say, like, y'all don't understand how big y'all voices are when it comes to this content creation. And that's why you got to be careful of what you're saying and pushing out there.
Right.
Oh, sure.
E-One Kick said, I didn't know that, but companies were paying out all types of bonus money aside from stimulus checks. People were getting unemployment checks were increased. Carne Asada said the only retooling Jordan has done is make the cuts of each shoe different in a reimagined series or use worse materials. Where is our Italian leather?
Well, let me speak on that too. Y'all say y'all want the new tech and all that. So why y'all not buying? No. Why y'all not buying the new Jordans that dropping? They got the new techs. They got the new materials and whatnot. So do y'all actually want what y'all be crying about? Because they not gonna put 2024 material on a shoe that came out in 1985. Y'all got to stop that. So you're gonna get what you get with a Jordan 1, a Jordan 4, and all that. Well, if you go buy the Jordan 38, the Jordan 39, you're gonna get the new technology, the new tech, and all that y'all always asking for, but y'all ain't buying them. So but you want them to put that new tech in a shoe that came out in 1989. Y'all get for real, man.
Ohio said they hired the wrong CEO, man. Shout out to you, Ohio. Ohio also said Nike should have been able to forecast that the stimulus checks weren't going to last forever and people were going to be thirsty to get back in store after the COVID lockdown. Kalama said, "How about if they do midnight drops like Tower Records used to do, showing my age?" Um,
I like that. I like that idea because it made me think about not shoe related, but when games used to release back in the day, and they used to have midnight releases for them, and you see people at GameStop lying down the road just to pick up Madden or NBA 2K or
but
whatever.
even people got tired of that.
Now that was the vibe, just like camping for shoes. It was the vibe.
I mean, I did that like once or twice, but that was because like the game companies actually made me feel like I was getting something. But nowadays, like the digital age kind of killed that. Like the serious digital age of digital downloads and stuff kind of killed that whole camp out scene and stuff like that. But
Hey, go to that comment that it's new by I don't even know how to say his name, but it's a
Cornelius
recent
Sanders.
Kalama.
comment. Yeah, well, he said the Jordan 1 are stupid and uncomfortable.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna get you some more praise. Carne Asada said, "Average sneakers speak louder for the people calling these releases bricks. New stuff always. Vomeros are the best thing aside from the reimagined series.
There's a lot of good sneakers out there.
Just like it's a lot of good sneaker content creators as well. And we'll talk about that too. Kalama 42 said, Jordan 1s are stupid, uncomfortable shoes.
And when they made the Jordan 1s comfortable with the Jordan Comforts, gave y'all what y'all asked for, kept the shoe the same, but put new technology in it, y'all ain't buy them. So you rather buy, y'all asked for new technology and whatnot, and they made the Jordan 1 Comforts where they can be comfortable because y'all say they uncomfortable, but nobody bought them. Like, but you rather sit here and complain that the Jordan 1 is uncomfortable, but they fixed the problem for y'all, and y'all ain't go buy them.
Yeah.
So are y'all just complaining just to complain?
But I guess when people say that, they want to see the usual suspect colorways, like the Chicagos and the Breads with the Zoom Comfort incorporated into it. Because when they did the Zoom Comforts, they kind of gave you like the first one they did was a shattered backboard ish Zoom Comfort.
Okay.
And I think when they did that, I think that's what created the problem or the negative outlook on the Zoom Comforts, because I absolutely agree with you. They gave people a Jordan 1, a different colorway, and they gave them all of that with comfort. And it wasn't received well. And I think it wasn't, like I said, I believe it wasn't received well because of how Nike tried to attack it with the shattered backboard-ish colorway. SB Rami, you spoke on that average. You said it'll be a grail with less resale. And that's another problem. Like Average said, resale should not play a factor into whether we like a shoe or not. Because if that's the case, we shouldn't like half of the shoes in our collection.
Facts.
To be honest, it's more than half. We shouldn't like at least 90% of the shoes in our collection if resale is the number one reasoning as to whether or not a shoe is a grail or not. That would mean we shouldn't like 90% of them, and 90% of them aren't grails. Edub One Kick said, I agree with Average, but so many people associate high resale to items being grails, which makes absolutely no sense. Kalama said, never forget, resellers are salesmen. #message. Absolutely. So they have ulterior motives behind what it is that they have and what they're trying to put out. SB Rami said, always dead until back to school, usually. Yeah. Even during back to school, they did. And you just see a lot of releases of shoes that you thought were supposed to be sold out.
I mean, it's different than when we were going to school. A lot of these kids now, they're going to school in Crocs and slides. So
yeah, they also going to school in Rick Owens and all that other kind of stuff.
So trying to go to when we were going to school, trying to go to school in the latest Jordan is not that much of a thing anymore.
Right. Usually July and January are the worst months for sneakers. The beginning of the year is worst time, terrible time for sneakers as well. I think, like Average alluded to, the fact that Yeezy is no longer around, it's forcing Jordan Brand to kind of do what they haven't done in a long time. Because before Yeezy, Jordan Brand wasn't releasing as many pairs as they are as they have been within the current last couple of years. They started dropping more pairs in order to keep up with Yeezy, because Yeezy started to actually push into their profit margins. Yeezy forced Adidas into Nike's profit margin. So in order to keep up, they started pumping out more releases. And now that Yeezy is gone, it's really showing you how much of a backseat or how lazy Nike has gotten. And I guess, I don't know, it's part of Nike suffering, for better or for worse. But Yeezy, the loss of Yeezy definitely played a huge ordeal in the in the sneaker game. Yayo said, I'm definitely the problem. I pay resale like it's nobody's business. And I'm glad that we are getting to a point where we can admit that. Everybody needs to really get to a point where they can admit
I never
that.
pay resale for. If I want a shoe bad enough and I can't get it for retail, of course I'm gonna try retail first. I'm paying resale.
So my argument is, don't get mad at Nike for going up on their prices. Because you,
See, I never you never heard me complain about
I'm
Nike.
just talking in general because
No, he's talking about to the people that get mad at that.
You showing Nike that you willing to pay that price. So Nike,
you willing to pay stupid prices for stupid things.
So they go up a measly $5, and y'all complaining about $5, but y'all paying $200 more than what Nike actually charges.
And the example that I use, when I was a kid, like everybody, the majority of people have had their moments when they hustle things. When I was a kid, I went to Walgreens one day and bought 3 Super Blow Pops. 3 Super Blow Pops for, I think they were like 25 cents. They had gone on sale for 25 cents a piece. I used to go to an after school camp. I went to that after school camp. A kid seen me with one of my Super Blow Pops, and he was like, where did you get that from? I've never seen that before. I'll give you 50 cents for it. He said, I'll give you 50 cents. I told him no. His level of excitement brought other kids in my direction that I wasn't even looking for or even wanted. He brought me that type of attention. When he said 50 cents, another kid came to me and said, I'll give you 75 cents. So that one kid that asked me, that said 50 cents, created a unnecessary demand for something because they didn't know where they could get it from. That kid that said 75 cents, another kid showed up and said, I'll pay you $1. And I said, you know what? Sold. And I gave that kid a 25-cent Super Blow Pop for $1, went back to the store where I got it from, bought 4 more with that $1, and came back the next day and sold all 4 of those Super Blow Pops for $1 and made a absorbent profit. So that's just basically what Nike is doing. Nike sees, I'm selling it for $160, but I see somebody else over there taking my joint, selling it for $200, and people are actually paying for it. Hey, let me raise my price to $190. So we, like everybody's saying, we are to blame. We are to blame. Soul Priority said that boy Average be speaking facts, man. Yeah, absolutely, man. That's why we have Average here, man. To give y'all a realistic point of view, even if y'all don't want it, so to speak. Kalama said, I hate when people ask, should I buy this or that shoe? I'm like, man, buy what you want. I hate that too. I see it on Reddit all the time. Why do you care? And those people will be the same people that'll tell you when you bring up that argument to their face. Those are the people that'll say, I don't care what people think. Really? Are you sure about that? SB Rami pointed up to Kalama's comment. Carnell Sada said, I bought them. LOL. Jordan 1s are stupid uncomfortable. Yeah, we talked about that. Yayo said Kalama, and what do you think the resale's gonna be? That really grinds my gears. No Diddy. I was in those Madden lines. I was too, definitely for sure. Fun times though. I used to camp for my games and my shoes. I miss
Yeah.
those days. I don't miss camping out for shoes. I had one experience camping for shoes.
I've never camped out for shoes, but if I was going to GameStop for midnight releases, of course.
Right. Kalama 42 said, yeah, I'm a man of certain age and I need comfort in my shoes. So yeah, Jordan ain't what you want then. Jordan is definitely not what you want. JVL said, so now that we're in July, who's copping the Amamon Year 3s? I am. I'm definitely going to try to cop a pair of Amamon Year 3s. That is on my list of, if I don't get much of anything, I definitely want to get those. I don't care if I have the black cement 3s. I'm gonna get the Amamon Year 3s because it's what I want. Kalama 42 says, I rock with Pumas mostly. Jordans are my secondary and third third option. Pumas, I got a regular foot, but for some reason certain Pumas fit narrow. So like, because I tried a pair of Pumas like back in 2012 and they were stupid narrow. So since then I've been off of Pumas, but hey, Puma has some good shoes. Nitro said they made a Flyknit Air Jordan 1 in the Go color model colorway, and it was comfy, but yet it was sitting. So yeah, they did a Flyknit Jordan 1 in the bread colorway. They did it in the blue colorway, and those shoes sat for various reasons. Ernest Khan, man, shout out to Ernest Khan. He said, fire live stream tonight. We're here for it. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all for the support. And we try. I try. I try to bring y'all something worth your time, try to bring y'all something to get y'all through y'all rough days, then to propel you towards the rest of the week. Kalama said facts. Yes. Yayo said, JVille, they got pushed back to August 26. What's up, Ernest? What's up, Rami? Damn, for real? Yeah, apparently they did. Kalama 42, I said, I'm talking about when people ask that question. Yeah. Ernest Khan said, how we all doing, man? I'm doing good, man. How you doing, vlogging? How you doing?
I almost cussed on his line.
Hey, that's all right. Hey, we real over here. We about being real.
Nah, I'm recovering. Me and my wife recovering from COVID.
And the superhero came out victorious.
My wife, homegrown, and his lady, we all went on a cruise last week. 4 of us went on, and 3 came with it. So everybody around here recovering.
Average, how you doing, brother? How you doing?
Oh, we still want to do another one though. We gotta get Average to come with us next time.
Oh no,
man! Average said don't show up to his crib. Man, Average ain't coming out no crib. Kalama said it's a good chess move if they push the grails and make resellers have to adjust and adapt. I'm gonna get my popcorn ready. Who was it? J Balvin did that with the Rio 3s. He did that, man. He definitely made resellers adjust when he hit them with that 25 band charge to their credit card, man. I thought that was hilarious. JV said that's freaking crazy. Damn, I wanted them in July. Honestly, don't trip, because like I said, Nikes are NIT really not really my go-to shoes. Some models I hate to miss on, but I don't trip at all, really. And I think I think Nike has pushed people to that mindset as well, where if we miss it, we don't trip, man. We just forget about it and move on to the next, man. We got short attention spans, and that's another thing. We've discussed so many things throughout this live that are going to push me into my final topic. We've gone longer than usual, and I appreciate all of y'all, the whole freaking family, for sitting here with us this long, man.
Everybody must be
16,000 people in the building, man. Please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share with friends and families.
SB,
What's up,
I live on the water, so the water ain't nothing to me. I live in Miami, bro.
Yeah,
but I'm just ain't going. I done been to the Bahamas. It ain't nothing for me.
Yeah, average down in Florida. That's the beauty of liking Pumas, because for the most part, I can get pretty much all the drops with ease, even if I go aftermarket. Yeah, Puma did a One Piece collab that I was interested in.
Oh man, yeah, I tried it. Man, the thing's so fast.
Ernest Concept, this is the market we asked for. Yeah. Whether you understand it or not, this is definitely the market that we all asked for. Yayo said JVille, yeah, me too. I was looking forward to them, but we got some SBs coming out that day as well. SB. I used to be in front of the line at the sneaker releases. They said I was no threat because I wear a size 8. Worked out pretty good for me.
Y'all small feet people, boy.
Suedes and motorsports are narrow, yes, for the most part, but they're running and b-ball shoes. They fit great and stupid comfortable. Love all pros, mellows, and Stewies. That's what it was. I tried on a pair of suedes, and because I kind of like the Puma suedes, and it just wasn't working. It wasn't working, man. Glad y'all well, man. Drink a lot of water. I miss cruises too. Super fun.
We had a good time, man.
Average said he keeps his feet on land, water for the fishes. Yeah, well, I mean, Average is a fish, so to speak. So he been a fish for so long. Like, like he said, it don't matter to him. This stream is fire. I'll be tapping in more often. Man, salutes to you, man. Thank you, Carnea Asada. I appreciate you. So to kind of get into like one of the main the main focal point of the live, where I said it's your fault. Talking about sneaker content as a whole, how a lot of people have said that the sneaker game is boring. The sneaker content is not what it should be. I'm going to ask the general question, and I asked it on my let's see, on my community tab, and let's see where that is as far as things go. And I don't know if you all paid attention to the community tab, but quite a few of you all paid attention to it, because we got 58 votes on the community tab. Shout out to y'all, man. Fucking salutes to y'all for participating in the community tab. I said, who's really at fault for bad content? And is the sneaker game really boring? The choices were the content creator, the viewer, or both play their part. Content creator was at 45%. The viewer was at 3%. And they both play their part was at 52%. So I'm going to ask, in case you did not see it, I'm going to ask in the chat, who's at fault for bad sneaker content? Now, the way I look at it, it's a trickle down effect. I'm going to take responsibility on behalf of the content creators, but I'm also going to say a lot of it is due to the viewers. We've all heard YouTube analytics talk about it. We've all heard a lot of people that are in charge of YouTube say that the attention span of the viewer and what they want to see has decreased. And you can see it with how popular shorts are. We've heard over the years people say, get straight to the point. We don't really care about the history and things behind the shoes. Just show us what we want to see, and then let's just move on to it from there.
Yeah.
That is solely based on the viewer, and then the content creator follows suit, follows the lead of the viewer. Now, we do have a large majority of top, and I use that term loosely, top tier content creators who are just giving y'all a bunch of bullshit. And it is what it is. They giving y'all a bunch of bullshit, and you all are continuing to allow them to be at the top of Mount Rushmore. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Average.
Ernest said, I like to know how the viewers is at fault, because the viewers are at fault because y'all just accept anything that they giving y'all.
Right.
They don't have, like, if you go back and watch the older YouTube, sneaker YouTube, they were all creative.
Yes.
Nobody's creating no more. Everybody doing the same thing, and y'all are accepting it and whatnot. And the very few that are being created and giving y'all stuff different, y'all ain't gravitating to them because y'all so stuck at, oh, I got to watch this content creator because he got 200,000 subs, or
Yes.
he got 100,000 subs. But they just sitting in front of a camera and just saying, hey, this shoe coming out in July. Y'all like it or not? It's red. Oh man, Jordan Brand got another release coming out, and nobody, and y'all are accepting that. So that's the viewer's fault for continuing to watch those and accept that, and not forcing the creators to get creative with it,
Right.
and whatnot. But when you do have the content creators that are giving you something different, like that, like Jada Sneaker guy set the bar so high.
Ooh, yeah.
Like he is that what y'all should be demanding from content creators instead of somebody just making a video. Oh, let's check the shoes for July. We got the Jordan 1 coming out June 18th. Moving next to the Jordan 3 coming out July 19th. That's all y'all. That's all they giving y'all, and y'all accepting that. So yes, the viewers do play a part, because if I'm a content creator and that's all you want to see, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna hit record. Hey y'all doing this? You have a sneaker guy. Today sneakers coming out in July 19th. Make sure y'all go check out the Jordan 1. We had a pushback. That's all they giving y'all.
Right.
So yes, it's the viewer's fault as well. Y'all made the content creator lazy by accepting what they giving y'all and whatnot. But it's a lot of dope content creators that actually making and being creative with it, but y'all ain't giving them no chance because they not popular, they not big and whatnot. So, so y'all do play a part in dumbing down sneaker content creation.
Blogging, what you think? I know it's a little hard to elaborate on that because he went in.
Yeah,
but
I
what you
mean,
think,
honestly, I agree with what he said. You know, a lot of that's the reason why I kind of fell back from sneaker YouTube.
Yeah.
Because if you see one person video,
you see them
they all gonna reiterate the same thing.
You're right.
And then it becomes repetitive to a point where you just forget about watching the video entire. Just get my sneaker information from Instagram now. So
right. So and that is not discounting anybody's personal flair that they put on it, because everybody is different. But it's even gotten to the point where a lot of these big content creators are putting the same flair on it. They're not even giving they're not even putting their energy stamp on it. They're just copying and pasting. And another thing that I've noticed, and it has frustrated me for at least 4 or 5 years now. I've seen a lot of those big content creators sit there and lie to y'all.
Yep.
And y'all catch them in their lies. And then even after you catch them in their lies, you all make excuses for them and you continue to support them. And you have small content creators that aren't as big, and you will hang on to their every single word and you will not let nothing slide. I've been a part of, I've kind of, because I speak with intention and I try to cover my bases as much as possible. Nobody's perfect, and I understand that. But being a small content creator, I've been in situations where I've said something and people have taken what I've said, twisted it, and I will grant them that even when they've twisted it, there is truth to what they've said, but they have grilled me 1,000 times harder than, even if what I said wasn't necessarily wrong, but there was a slight misstep. They have grilled me 1,000 times harder than they have grilled that content creator with 15,000, 20,000, 100,000 subs, and that has flat out told them a flat out lied to their face, and they've let that go, versus where they've grilled me and been like, oh, well, you don't know what the hell you talking about. I'm finna unsubscribe right now because you full of shit and blase. So, of course, if you're gonna let those content creators with thousands and thousands of subscribers sit there and lie to you and bring you some bullshit, that's what they're gonna continue to do. And like Average said, the smaller content creators are the ones that you need to really be paying attention to and pushing, because those small content creators are the content creators that are going to be afraid to give you the bullshit, because they're trying to get you to recognize them. They're going to be afraid to give you the bullshit, and you can't necessarily reinvent the wheel completely, but they're going to try to give you something extra.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, those are the content creators that you need to be trying to give an opportunity to. And Kalama said the algorithms play a part in it too. Well, now, to be honest with you, YouTube is pushing the small content creators. So YouTube has adjusted the algorithms. That's how a lot of you all have been able to find me, as well as the way there are some things behind the scenes as far as content creation goes, but that's how a lot of you all have been able to find me as well, because of the new way of algorithms. But Carne Asada said a huge part of the community now are impressionable sneakerheads. They'll listen to the first big YouTuber and then go spew that info instead of thinking for themselves. Well, yeah, I mean, but again, it's our job as content creators to push the right narrative, or push it in the right direction, and it is you all's job as viewers and subscribers and family members to make sure that those newly indoctrinated individuals, it's also your job to say, hey, let me put y'all on a little game. What y'all are hearing now from a lot of these big content creators is a bunch of bullshit. Go ahead and take a look at some of these smaller content creators that are struggling, that are really trying to make it. They're gonna really put you up on game. And just like they put you up on game, you need to put them up on game and let them know ways that they can improve on in their content. There's nothing wrong with telling somebody like myself or some of these big YouTubers where they need to improve on in content, because we work for you all. We are, for lack of a better term, a reflection of you all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make a video for y'all. I'm gonna be like them. I'm gonna sit down and say, "Oh man, the Black Toe Jordan 1's coming out. That shoe is trash.
Right.
We don't like it." And then 2 days later, I'm gonna make another video.
Oh, they're gonna eat that one up.
Bro. There's a must cop. Gotta get these. You know, those all you said.
Like, and I say, in a sense, you're already kind of doing that with the hyper trash videos you be doing. Because you took off a lot of people when you do those videos where you call
Yeah.
trash or hype. So it's essentially already kind of doing it.
Yeah. But that's being creative and bringing something different
Right.
and whatnot. And
Right.
I say it took off. I wonder how many people gonna start doing it, but it kind of I'm kind of having fun with that. Kind of like that.
It's good
And
because
what?
it's also getting you back to doing something that you kind of neglected for a long time.
Yeah.
Kalama 42 said thumbnails as well. So the way YouTube explains it to us content creators, the thumbnail is it's kind of conflicting.
No, I think he
Because
talking
you
about like all the thumbnails look the same and all that too now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's what
The
he talking
thumbnail,
about.
yeah, the
Yeah.
thumbnails look the same. With the yellow titling and all of that. It's become like a usual formula. I've tried to get away from that. I've tried to be more creative in my thumbnails. But I have a problem sometimes where I do a little too much, man. Sometimes too much is just as bad as not enough or the usual. Kalama 42 said, yep, same with movies over the last 15 years. Nobody creates, only remakes. Refried beans hype. Me Connect, man. Salute to you, Me Connect, man. Thank you for the comment. He said, well, I'm speaking for myself. I unfollowed a lot of those content creators you're speaking of because they putting sugar on shit. And I agree with that. I stopped watching and following a lot of content creators in that era of YouTube content when everybody was being so negative and nasty. When everybody was just wanting to talk shit about everybody and threaten everybody, and it got away from shoes and the excitement of sneaker collecting. And that whole I call that the beginning of the dark times for sneaker YouTube. And it's kind of led into like this kind of bullshit that we're willing to allow. Like the bullshit seeped its way in through the negativity. It's crazy. Kalama said, yeah, that is weird. Flock of sheep, that's why. That's true. I made a post a couple of years back when StockX was really big. It was right around the time when they had that Christmas data breach. That was like 2020. I made a post where there were a lot of sheep being led to slaughter in the imagery. And the slaughterhouse, instead of it being like something else, I changed the slaughterhouse to StockX. And then the sheep were sneaker collectors. And we were allowing content creators to push us to StockX, even though StockX was selling fakes. They were ripping off people who were selling legitimate shoes and telling them they were selling fake shoes and taking their real pairs. StockX was basically lying to us, but we were still shopping with StockX. And I consistently asked the question, when are we going to look at the forest past the trees and stop dealing with the bullshit and the lies that StockX is feeding us? That post, I'm pretty sure at that time went way over a lot of people's heads because it didn't get very many likes. It didn't get much attention, but I knew what I was trying to say. Now 4 years later, 3 years later, whatever, people are still rocking with StockX. I've completely let StockX go, but people are still rocking with StockX, just not as hard or no diddy or not as heavy. And a lot of their mistakes have caught up to them. Even the owner who originally started StockX sold StockX because he knew it was a shit waiting to sink, and they've had to change a lot of their views and whatnot on it. But StockX is one of those brands that it just needs to go. It just needs to go. I don't know why we still continue to support it even on the small scale that we do. That's another realm of things that we need to push for transparency and for them to cut the bullshit, the resale market. I feel to a certain extent that is a problem as well. I'm not mad at it because it is a way for me to get a lot of shoes with a small level of confidence that I wasn't able to get retail wise, but it's a problem nonetheless. Kalama said 100, man. Appreciate you. Salute the small and new content creators. Facts, man. And it's a lot of them. Average has been doing it for a while. The reason why I created my platform and want my platform to be a lot bigger is to also shine light and help the small content creators. Average inspired me to go a little bit heavier on what I was doing as far as my search for content creators. So I've been reaching out to small content creators as well. I've even found some content creators that Average follows, that Average subbed up to. But yeah, so shout out to the small content creators. I'm going to be doing some talks with them as well, hopefully to get them on the panel in future lives and things like that. Because I've seen a lot of content creators that went through the small rough patch that I went through, where you're putting your heart and soul and your efforts into creating content and people just aren't receptive to it. So you kind of give up in a manner of speaking. And for the good content creators that I come across, I don't want y'all to give up, man. Keep pushing. The statistic is less than 8% of content creators reach the 1,000 subscriber mark. So it's not easy. It is not easy compared to how many people create videos and content, and they just give up. So, hey, that's why I appreciate y'all. That's why I say my accomplishments are y'all accomplishments, and y'all should be just as excited and proud as I am, because y'all helped me reach that 8%. Y'all reached that 8%. So, I can't thank y'all enough, man. Kalama said consistency is also key too. That's true. Consistency is key. But again, like the way y'all view small content creators also plays a role in our level of consistency as well. And the Average can attest to that, man. Average can definitely attest to that. Because Average stopped. Y'all got on his ass a while back, and it kind of challenged. I don't know. I ain't gonna speak for you, but I would guess it kind of challenged you a little bit and kind of reinvigorated you to be like, "Hey, y'all, I can do this." Yep, constructive criticism is a great thing. I love it. Hate it or love it, I enjoy the feedback. Official Wild Boy, man, salutes to you, man. Yo, man, what's going on, man? I mean, especially with the shorts, I try to get the best look angles when I make shorts.
I was just about to ask him that. He must got a channel.
So the thumbnails will reflect my content the best. Let me go look. Let me see if Kalama got it.
Yeah, I was just about to ask him that. It sounds like he got a channel.
Kalama 42. Let's see.
Yeah, he do.
Okay, yeah, Kalama got a channel. Kalama is at 192 subscribers right now. And he started his channel back in 2020, or he joined YouTube back in 2020. Absolutely. Kalama 42 has a channel. He does shorts. And looks like lives. So Kalama does a lot of lives as well. So if you all want to check out the kind of content that Kalama does, feel free to head over to Kalama 42 over on YouTube.
Hey man,
got some pretty.
I'm about to break your sis jaw. She keep playing with me.
Oh, look, there she go. There she goes.
As you can see, I still kind of sound stuffy.
Yeah, not me.
What? Wait until you get off this live. I'll talk to you later.
Fiction said, what shoe do y'all feel is missing from the game?
Missing how? I mean, what do you mean by missing?
That don't even make sense. That don't even make sense. Like,
so Fiction, I guess they need you to elaborate on what you mean. As far as
I would like to see more of, I
was gonna say, yeah.
Griffey's.
for me, I would like to see more Gary Paytons, like the Son of Glove. That was one of my favorite shoes growing up as a kid, man. Like, I want to see them bring back the Gary Payton Son of Glove. For all intents and purposes, the one with the leather upper. Man, I loved those shoes to no end. That was like how we go crazy for Jordans. Those were my Jordans. And that's a super slept on shoe. So Nike, if you listening, if you made it this far in the live, please believe I'm gonna clip this and make it a short to reach out to y'all. We need Gary Paytons stacked. We also need, because Nike owns Converse, we also need the Dennis Rodman 91 All-Stars. I love those shoes as a kid too. Those were crazy. As a matter of fact, after the live that we had Monday night, I went on the interwebs, on the Googles, and I was looking for a pair of Dennis Rodman 91 All-Stars. Somebody wants my size for like $1,200. I ain't paying $1,200 for a shoe that's old, that's about to fall apart. But hey, if anybody has a pair of the 91 Rodman Converse All-Stars, man, hit me up, man. Like, I wore those into the ground too. Average. Let's see. What would you like to see them bring back? You like a basketball guy. So
That don't make sense to me.
Columbus said, pause. SB Rami said, definitely isn't easy. Yeah, I do. Last year, I really started. Okay, so yeah, he started on his YouTube last year. He said he appreciates us. Hey, we appreciate you, man. Missing like re-releases. They need to revive Nike basketball.
EW, you just ain't paying attention, bro. Nike basketball ain't never went nowhere. Y'all just stopped following it.
Hey, look, average. That's what you need,
bro.
Average. That's what your next. That's what your full length video needs to be. Nike basketball ain't never died.
Yeah, it ain't never died.
Nah. I just had the idea. You remember the 90s show, All That?
Yeah.
Who was it? Keenan the character when he was in the tub and he had I forgot what he called it. LPS cargo where he would say something in fake French and then say what he was saying. That should be like Average when somebody says something he don't agree with, how the voice over, and then he give his opinion on it as a short.
That might work.
He does, like I said, y'all don't like changes, y'all just don't want to accept. Like, because if you look at these shoes, like the Ja ones, that's literally a KD.
Right.
That everybody used to rock. Same colors, different colors. Everybody loved Nike basketball with the colors. The Sabrinas, like Nike basketball never went nowhere. Y'all just afraid of changes.
Right.
And whatnot. Like, but if you look around and if y'all go to the AAU tournaments and stuff, Nike basketball did not drop off.
Yeah.
Like,
and
y'all
I think
just ain't paying attention.
History has shown us that we are definitely afraid of change. Like what we talked about earlier with the Nike Adapt BB, that was a huge change in an attempt to leap forward into the future from what we had seen from 80s movies. And we said, man, you got your damn mind. We don't want that.
Well, see,
I'm about to get out here. I gotta go feed my wife. She'll tell me she's hungry.
You said they all look the
same. All right, man.
Now.
Take it easy. Thank you for coming through. If y'all don't know who that guy is, he is vlogging with Demetrius. He has a YouTube channel. If you want to check his archives out, head over to Vlogging with Demetrius. Show him your support and kind of kick his ass into back into making more content, man. He definitely needs that as well, man. He need an ass whooping.
I'm trying to get back into it. I'm probably start doing shorts first before I get back into long form content. But yeah, I'm gonna get
Yeah, I
back.
heard it.
Like,
Yeah, I heard it. All right, man. Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you for coming through, man. Hopefully, you won't be a stranger.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back. I was able to get in today because I'm off work,
Right. Right.
COVID. I
Yeah.
got time.
All right.
But all right, fellas, y'all be easy. All right,
Okay.
chat.
All right. All right.
EW, you said they all look the same now. They all look the same back then. The KD6 looked like the Kobe's 8. Was y'all saying the same thing back then? Like, it's only so much that Nike can do with a shoe. But a lot of those shoes, Nike basketball, that folks were liking back in the days, if you really looked at them and broke them down, they look the same. And I mean, I don't know what to tell you. We not okay. See, that's the thing too. You say take me back to the 90s. Why are we researching for stuff in the past? I don't want no 90s technology if I'm living in 2024. Like that's what's the tech of that time. I don't want no 90s technology. Like and the only Nike basketball that I liked back in the 90s was the pennies, which was my favorites, and the Jason Kidds. So we can't sit here and act like all the 90s basketball shoes were dope. Yeah, you had the up tempos and all that, but I mean, come on. Like
Because so I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And I talk about it in the video I got dropping for these. And to Average's point, like he said, all basketball shoes in the 90s wasn't dope. For me, this one right here, it might sound like blasphemy to y'all, but back in the 90s when these first dropped, when I was a kid, these shits was not appealing to me at all whatsoever.
and hold up.
I would have preferred to get a pair of Charles Barkley CB3s over these.
Now hold up. Let me say this. That looked like a Ken Griffey Jr. shoe.
Yes,
You
it
see
does.
what I'm saying?
It does.
So
It
Nike
does.
always done that. Nike always made a shoe and then made another shoe that looked like the other shoe. We can't
Right.
sit here and say that don't look like a Ken Griffey Jr. shoe.
It does.
So,
it definitely does.
Nothing new around the sun, y'all. Y'all got to come on. Y'all got to keep it real, man. But go ahead.
And I call my change of opinion or view on this shoe, I call it me growing up from little HG. I don't know. I guess I matured. I don't know. Call it what you will. Because hype definitely did not play a factor for me in this shoe, because when they dropped a bunch of times, I said, I'm not going to pay resale for this shoe. I'm going to put in effort, but I'm not going to put in crazy effort to try to get this shoe. And that's what I did. When they dropped these again, what was it? Not last week, but the week before. The amount of effort that I put in, when I woke up, I went on Dick's Sporting Goods' website and I clicked on the size and I hit purchase. Now, had it put up a fight like websites normally do, man, I would have just closed my laptop or put down my cell phone and continued watching Paramount Plus. I was not going to put a whole lot of effort into this, but I wasn't going to pay what the $200 something resale price that they asking for these. That just wasn't going to happen, Jack. But I am glad I have it in my collection. I want to talk about the shoe in general, but I'll say that for the video. I'm going to be editing the video tomorrow. If y'all want to check it out, look out this week for the release of this video. I know tons of videos have been dropped on this, but they're not going to be as honest with you as I am. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to straight up tell you what it is, what it ain't, and what you, in my opinion, need to know. So look forward to that. I'm not going to rant on this live about this, but that's one of those things that Average was talking about earlier. Now the official Wild Boy SK said we need them to bring Total Air foam posits Tim Duncan's metallic silvers and black anthracites were goated. E-Dub one kick said the only difference is the colors. And Kalama said facts. LeBron 20, Kanye Asada said LeBron 20 and 17 has Kobe Tech. Just a lot of LeBron haters, just cuz. Now what is it, the 20 or the 21? I do like the silhouette. I like a lot of the colorways that they coming out with, and the materials seem to be pretty good for that shoe. Now I don't know about it from a basketball tech standpoint, but from visually what I'm seeing and like what they're giving you, it's better than what they're doing with Jordan Brand. I can tell you that it's a lot better than what they're doing with Jordan Brand. So I'm liking it. It's just like Average said again, you got to step outside of your comfort zone. You got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable and try something different. Kalama said,
Now, when you say
E-Dub
Jordan
won.
Brand, like what you talking about, Jordan Brand? Like,
Well, I'm talking about the ones that we report on, and a lot of people go crazy on, like
oh,
the
the
one
retro.
through,
Oh,
yeah.
now I'm about to say no. They not
like
nowhere
the
near the newer Jordans.
right, like the retros that everybody put up on they Mount Olympus, their podiums as far as releases and drops like that. Yeah. He said the new Luka 3 looks like a Tatum remix to him.
That shoe do not look nothing like a Tatum. Like, I don't know what y'all be saying, and it's almost like y'all to the point that y'all just want to hate and not actually break down and see what the shoe is actually about. That the Luka threes, none of Luka's shoes look like Tatum shoes. They do not look alike. But like I said, we can't sit if it do to some of y'all. We can't sit here and act like Nike never did that because we just gave y'all a prime example. Though Dion looked just like the Griffins. So that means Nike always been doing that then.
So in case y'all don't know, Average is my resident certified basketball expert. I can't tell y'all nothing about that. So when it comes to like all the intricacies of like court wear and stuff like that, Average know that. I don't. I'm okay with admitting that. So I can't tell y'all whether he right or wrong. I can't argue that point because I've never seen a Luka that I've paid attention to, and I've never seen a Tatum that I've paid attention to.
All right, just pull it up right quick.
All right, let me see.
Just pull up Luka 3.
Nike Luka 3. Let's go to imagery. Let's see. Let's pull up one with the kit filter. That's going to give y'all the most over exaggerated dynamic view that we possibly can have. Let's see. Jordan Luka 3 as presented by Sneaker Bar Detroit. Okay, so that is the E-Dub one said, yo, Average, we need to debate this more often. LOL. It's a good combo, bro. So that is the Luka 3. Let me see if they got other pictures so you can see other angles. Shout out to Sneaker Bar. There's a more realistic view. That's kind of dope. I actually like that. I don't know how it plays. That's another colorway, I'm guessing. That's an overhead view, a closer up of the lateral side. And yeah.
Now go to the Tatum. Now go to the Tatums.
Okay. Let's see. Nike, Jason Tatum. Okay, so I guess let's see if I could bring up something that I would say put anybody in the mind frame of the Tatum. Let me see. Let me go for like a similar kind of galactic theme or something like that. But even then, I'm kind of really not seeing it. So I'll let y'all's eyes be the judge. So here is a cornucopia list of Tatums. So I don't know if it'll put.
That's the one. That ain't the one he talking about. It's the Tatum too. So go to that one.
This one?
Yeah, go to that one.
Okay, so let me see.
That one right there, that's a 2.
So when I click it, I'm gonna have to back out of that, and then I'm gonna have to bring it back up again for y'all. I mean, well, y'all can see it right there.
Please, I want to know what does that look like, the Luka threes? Different materials, different midsoles. Like, where do you see Luka threes in that? Because it's a mid-cut shoe. Well, y'all let me know. Do that look like the Luka threes?
Edo One Kick said Wembanyama sneakers might be the next thing as far as possibly being different. AE shoes are different. I would say Anthony Edwards shoes is the next thing right now. Because Anthony Edwards shoes done got my attention. What y'all think about what's his name? The one that got suspended for the guns.
Yeah, the Ja
Morant. Yeah.
Like I said,
they got a new Ja Morant that's supposed to be coming out soon.
Y'all gotta really be out there. Y'all just ain't paying attention because Nike basketball ain't never dropped off.
Wow, Kalama said Anthony Edwards needs to chill out on his after activities and and focus on other things. He said, G-Face said, I helped my cousin with this shoe. I didn't need it. I needed the Diamond Turfs 1 and 2. The 20 is actually a comfortable shoe. LOL. Look at the shoes side by side, though. None agreed, but that 3 does. Have you seen the Luka 3? Luka shoes look inspired by the Why Not Zero. Yeah, they do. They do. The Westbrooks. They do look inspired by the Westbrooks. I ain't even gonna lie on that. Like, Kalama said they're remixed, not clones. Luka 1 and 2 feel like bricks to me. I could get no comfort in them. And he said the side part is what he talking about. Even with Anthony Edwards, they look like Yeezy 700s. Anthony Edwards, they do look like Yeezys. But that is only because it is an Adidas branded shoe. I don't know how much control he had over what his signature shoe looked like, but I'm pretty sure they gave him some options. I don't think they just made him come up with his own shoe from the ground up. They gave him some options of what he could choose from. And because Kanye's Adidas, his Yeezys were so popular, you can see it in other Adidas shoes. They take inspiration from the Yeezys. So I'm pretty sure those were in the waiting, and they said, okay, AE, you got a choice. You can choose from these. And I'm pretty sure AE said, I like those the most. We're going to go with those, and then we just going to throw some colors at it. So, yeah, I can see why you say that. And again, remix, not a clone. But we've been on here 2 hours, 54 minutes. We've got 13,000 in the building still. I want to say this before we go because we had more people in than we did before. If you all weren't here before, I have a family member that is going through a tragedy where their house burned down. They've been a family friend for over 10 years, and their grandson is living with them. And in the house fire, all of his stuff burned up. He is a straight A student, and this is just like one of those things that he doesn't really need right now. He enjoys Legos, and he wears a size 10 shoe. So if anybody wants to donate anything, I'm not asking for anything monetary or anything like that. You don't have to do it, but if anybody wants to donate anything, I've got my P.O. box in the description below. I appreciate you all for supporting me and supporting each other. And again, nothing is necessary for you to do. I just thought I would use my platform to put it out there and to try to help somebody, which is why I built this platform. Also, if you are anybody out there that has a clothing brand that you all want to shine a spotlight on your clothing brand or your merch, feel free to send it to me. My P.O. box is down there. I'll wear it in the lives and give my thoughts and opinions on it, and try to get you some exposure. No exposure is bad exposure, good or bad, no matter how you see it. You can start a GoFundMe for this. I don't want to start a GoFundMe. Like GoFundMes can garner a lot of negative attention and bring, the wrong type of idea for it. Because a lot of people might look at an individual as you're just in it for the money. And I don't want to deal with that at this point in time. I just want people to know that my intentions are pure and genuine, and just appreciate any help that anybody gives, even if you don't, donate, just a prayer or, keep them in your thoughts. That's good enough for me. I say that. But like, again, I said, I try to help any way I can. But I appreciate everybody who's come through to the live and has supported me and will support me and is going to support me in future references. I appreciate y'all for hanging in here with me for 3 hours, man. I know that's a tough ask because everybody has to go to work. Everybody has other things that they want to do, things that they can be doing better than this. But, you decided to spend your time here, and time is not something you can't get back. So I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for that. I'll continue to show my praises. On the road to 5K, we're going to be doing another giveaway. Hopefully that giveaway is bigger than the last one, man. If y'all ain't saw that one, go ahead and check that live video. See how crazy we got. It was fun. Thanks to you all. I appreciate Vlogging with Demetrius for coming through. I appreciate Kari for coming through. I appreciate everybody in the chat. This is the portion of my video where I give thanks to everybody that showed through in the chat. Shout out to all the Ghost Watchers. I'm thankful for y'all as well. I know some of y'all were at work and can't necessarily, hit them keys for fear of being fired and stuff like that. I don't want nobody to get fired. So I appreciate the Ghost Watchers. Shout out to E-Dub Kicks. Thank you for coming through. Yayo Sosa, as always. Ryan McPherson, man. What's up, my brother? Thank you for coming through. Special Teresa, I appreciate you. Slim Z, thank you for coming through as well. Nappy 29er, man, salutes to you. Thank you for coming through. Nitro, my boy, thank you for coming through as well. The Giganator, thank you. JVille, man, salutes to you, brother. Thank you for coming through. Who else? And I don't want to forget nobody, man. I hate forgetting people. I hate leaving people out. Fiction, man, salutes to you, brother. Thank you for coming through. Mario, man, what's up, brother? Thank you for coming through. SB Rami, thank you for coming through. Your average sneaker guy, thank you for coming through in the chat, even though you're up here on the panel. I appreciate you, brother. Salvador Osario, thank you for coming through as well. Carne Asada, man, salutes to you, bro. Thank you for coming through and participating on this Soul Connection Wednesday night live. No Hype 85, I appreciate you as well. Salutes to Soul Priority for sliding through the building, man. Thank you. Kalama 42, thank you for coming through. Thank you for engaging with us tonight. I appreciate your comments and engagement as well. Let's see who else. Fat Boy Kicks, man, salutes to you. Thank you for coming through as well. Ohio 1986, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming through. Let's see who else we got. Ernest, man, Ernest, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you as well, man. Been a supporter for me for a long time. I appreciate your support. Who else? The official Wild Boy SK, man. Can't forget about you, man. Thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate the support. And I think I got everybody. If I did not get you, I apologize. Thank you for coming through. We can't do any of this without you all, and you all mean a lot. And I appreciate y'all for that. I know Average does not like doing long-winded anything, so I'll let Average what is it? What is the word I'm looking for? I'll let him shorten it. That's not the word I'm looking for, but no, I'll let him give his short goodbyes to y'all. Average, there you go. That's about all y'all gonna get from him as far as a goodbye. But even in that short little piece, it says a lot, man. Average is appreciative of y'all. Again, my long-winded goodbyes, I'm gonna shorten it. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for coming through. I can't do it without y'all. Like always, I cannot leave y'all without saying nothing is impossible. Fight for everything you believe in. Don't let anything stand in your way, and dream hungry. Until next time, say no to the bullshit content creators and expect more from us. I'll catch you all later. Peace. Till next time. Peace.